What's good?
What up?
This is episode 21 of the Legendary Duo podcast.
Did you think I was gonna say 21?
I didn't do that. And then the date is December 4th.
2025. So a couple episodes ago, we did the Jay-Z and the Kanye verses. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out and let us know who you think won.
This just pissed me off. But this is just how it's gonna be I guess. But the first topic is, so DJ Academics, he was talking about, so basically old rappers from the 90s or from New York are just making podcasts now. Jadakiss, I never heard a Jadakiss song ever in my life. And then Fat Joe, I never heard a Fat Joe song before ever. And then Jim Jones, only heard one Jim Jones song. We all know what it is. And then this is nigga named Fabulous, I think. Only thing I know about him is he like beat up his girlfriend. But then like he beat the allegations somehow. I don't know what he did. But he has
the daddy. He was fighting the family.
Oh yeah, he was. And they say pause a lot. That's what I do know. But DJ Academics, he had called them old. And they had got offended by that because we're living in the era. Like I remember when I was a kid, like they say don't ask women their age because women used to get offended. But now the niggas get just as offended as the women when we ask them their age because the niggas don't want to be old niggas. They want to be young niggas, and the young niggas want to be old niggas because the old niggas got all of the opportunity. But you know, it's just life, I guess. But apparently, DJ Academics said something about them, and they said something back. I actually don't know what they said, but they said something. I don't know. But let's get into it.
See, Academics made a mistake that I had to learn myself, which is over the hill street dudes don't like being called unk. Like those over the hill YNs, like the 50-plus-year-old Y, they don't like being called unk, bro. Right? You call the wrong 50-year-old YN an unk, you damn near might lose your life that day, bro. They don't like being called unk, bro. So Academics thought he was paying homage. He thought he was giving a compliment and showing love to Mano, Jim Jones, who are the mascots for 50-year-old YNs. He thought he was showing love to them, and Fab as well, by calling them unk.
You should be tipping.
Yo, this should be called the Four Unks pod. This is like the Four Unks pod. Like, I rock with, I kind of like this pod. I'm kind of realizing, like, I thought this would be more madness and chaos. I want to say I like Mano, Davies. I don't know if Davies is the unk, but definitely everybody else is Fabulous, Mano, and Jim. Unks. It's cool. And by the way, Unks is a cool shit. But yeah, they got a good funny pod, man. Given everybody's background, really funny pod. I actually recommend it.
Showing love to the pod was not enough to take away calling them unk, bro. Mano and Fabulous and Jim Jones, they were watching this scathing, seething. Academics already revealed that Jim Jones already pressed Academics before. I think like last month, Jim Jones pressed Academics at the NBA Youngboy concert. So there's already bad blood. So I think Ac was going out of his way to show love. To just let them know, hey man, there's no bad blood. I got love for y'all, but that ain't work. Because while Academics was enjoying the podcast, he noticed something. And he began to point it out. And what he noticed and began to point out was the topic of discussion when Jim Jones, Mano, and Fabulous went to potting again. And they went off on Ac.
Not like you was financially attached because you gave him the money.
You start.
By the way, this is the first time, like, I'm glad Fab has a pod because I always tell you, I've learned nothing about Fab through his music. This was all punchlines, man. But now you get to hear them speak and give, like, at least some stories.
Counting the dollar amount to what you should deserve, as opposed to the service they was giving you, or you should be tipping. I didn't get service. That was a problem.
He said I didn't get service. That was
service they was giving you, or you should be tipping. I didn't get.
Look at this. Yo, this look is a nigga that went in the strip club to fuck. He said I didn't get service. That's the problem.
Get service. That
Look at this right here.
was a problem. You didn't get service.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This is so NYC. Yo. He's like, nah, I even trying to roast the cast. And by the way, I love y'all guys, okay? I hope y'all look at like me talking about y'all. I hope it promotes y'all pod. I'm not hating on y'all. Yo, Jim Jones is 53, dressed like a YN, hat to the back. You know what I mean? All grayed up. But, yo, come on, Jim. Like, you're 53. Yo, you got the cutout knee where we could see a kneecap, bro. Like, come on. Like, you at the age where you might need like one of them Patrick Ewing knee braces just to walk. Like, why are you dressed like this? Why are you dressed like a YN?
That dress like a YN really hit a nerve. But he's not wrong, though. Bro, I believe wholeheartedly, man, when you get to a certain age, when you make a certain amount of money, when you get to a certain caliber, there's just certain things you should be wearing. Like, for example, bro, right now, I'll be real with y'all, bro. Right now, in 2025, outside of this studio box, you not seeing me in sweats no more. You not seeing me wearing Amiri, wearing Gucci. You not seeing me wearing designer no more, man. At all. Not at all, bro. At all. I just copped the day just. I'm wearing my quarter zips, my trousers, my cat. Bro, I'm on a different time now, bro. You know why? Because I don't know anybody outside of the hip-hop community where if you make a certain amount per year, and you achieve a certain thing, you still dress like the street dude. You still dress like the rapper. You still dress like only in hip hop, where you can make a certain amount and achieve a certain level of status, but you still dress and act like the degenerates. I'm done with that. I'm through with that. right? But I don't think Ack meant it how I meant it, because if I would have said it, I would have I went down the line and said, hey, bro, y'all too old to be doing this, bro. Like, y'all too old and too accomplished to be acting and dressing like this. But Ack goes down the line and kind of critiques the outfits, which, all in all, Ack, my brother, he know I love him, man, but me and academics have no right critiquing what someone wears, okay? Me and Ack that stepped up our dripping our swag, bro. Bro, Ack lost 100 pounds, now Ack is slide. I'll be real, man. Yeah, I'm one of the flyest big dudes out here, man, straight up. But we still have no right, due to our past history of dressing, to critique anybody's outfit. But Ack went down the line and began to critique everybody. Jim Jones, Davies, Fabulous, Mano.
Yeah.
Turns out you should never sue the driver who...
All right.
What do you think? Do you think people are age out of dressing a certain way?
Yeah, once you hit a certain age, it's inappropriate to dress identical to people in their 20s, especially if you're in your 50s. I feel like you should dress in a 50-year-old attire, especially if you are rich. I feel like you should definitely wear suits, basically dress like Hove, dress like a rich person, unless fashion is something, I don't know, it's different for Jim Jones. Jim Jones has apparently always been into fashion, so I guess it's really different if you're from New York and you still view yourself as a YN, because I think Jim Jones, like, you're not supposed to be 50 in the streets, but Jim Jones, so if you still consider yourself a street dude, then you're supposed to dress like a street dude, and street dudes dress like rappers, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's different, I guess. It depends on how you view yourself. If you view yourself as a businessman or a mogul or somebody who want to be, at the top, then it's different. But if you view yourself like a Kanye West, like an artist, then you can dress that way. You know what I'm saying? If you view yourself as a street dude, that's how I feel. It's just how you identify.
Thank you, because I agree. I feel the same way. I feel like it's however you feel. You know what I'm saying? Now, excuse me. When I was younger, I did see these old guys and, it looked so weird, but...
What do you mean?
Like, it was guys and... Okay, so when you're young, you think that every age is old, You think that people, when you have to guess people's age, you're way out there. Until you get older and you see what people look like at that age. So at my young age, this man probably could have been like 60. He had on, I grew up in the 90s. So he had on long ass shorts to the middle of his calf, a checkered button up shirt with a cap, and probably some Adidas, and he looked ridiculous to me. Excuse me. But now that I'm older, I'm gonna say this. One of my ex-boyfriends, he dressed like a young nigga. You know what I'm saying? He did. And
what is that?
Nut. But yeah, he dressed like a young nigga, and it fit his personality. It fit who he was. It fit what he drove. It just was him. So when you see him dressing like this, it didn't look forced. It didn't look like he was trying. It didn't look like he was trying to be young. He was just being himself. Now, I don't feel like you can age out of clothes, but I think it's different between dressing like, as far as a female, dressing young and dressing like a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got on, you know what I'm saying, a nice or outfit or whatever the young girls are wearing now, don't mean that, you could walk around with your ass hanging out and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's more hoish. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't saying if you got your ass out, you a hoe. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever with that. But seeing an old ass lady like that, nah, I don't think so. But I don't think just because you a certain age, now you gotta wear the slip and slides. You gotta wear slack shoes and shit because you 50. You gotta have a Bill Cosby sweater. What? Now, I do feel that's as far as clothes, because I think some people really do be trying to force it. Now, I do think like it's some hairstyles that can make you look young or it's not age appropriate. And that's even with young girls. I think this lady, she had to be about, I'm guessing about 40 something. When I say she had on white box braids, I'm like, bitch, you is not old enough. You look ridiculous. Your skin still look vibrant, nice and tight. What the fuck you walking around with this gray shit in your motherfucking hair for? Even if you are the age for it, you don't look like you should be wearing that. So you shouldn't, because you look ridiculous. And I think the same thing with, like, you know, it's something while we talking about age. Cut it out with these tiaras. I feel like past the age of, shit, I'm gonna say 17, you should not be wearing a fucking tiara for your birthday. You see these grown ass motherfucking 50-year-olds, 32-year-olds, 27-year-olds walking around with a motherfucking princess tiara. Why you got on a tiara? For what? You look fucking ridiculous. You ain't grew out the tiara yet. I have never wore a tiara. You know what I wear on my birthday? And usually I don't share this, but I'm gonna share this. Y'all, come on, grow up with me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I wear a motherfucking crown. You know what? Because I'm a motherfucking queen. I ain't no goddamn princess walking around with no, you out and you motherfucking 27 and it's a 12-year-old, y'all both walking around with motherfucking tiaras. Get a motherfucking crown. That shit look fucking ridiculous. But that's what I feel about, you know, the dressing.
Yeah. You wanna?
Hey, I really gotta say nothing about Mano, because Mano be carrying a gun, and not say now, but Mano's known for carrying a gun, and there's a couple videos of him pulling out guns on people. So I want to be Mano's good graces. I got nothing to say bad about you, Mano, but this look was crazy. I can't believe you in the strip club, Mano. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, you're one of the scariest in New York history. I think the bitches was sneaking out the club because they didn't want to see you. Like, you exude some type of. We've just heard scary stories about you, brother. Okay.
Didn't get service. That was the problem.
Fabulous, being like 49 with a headband. Like, yo, why is it wearing? Yo, you know the headband is for sweat. Like, yo, Fab is on some. Yo, the headband is for sweat, Fab. Fab, the headband is for you sweating. You're sitting down podcasting, my nigga.
Pause it for a second.
Like, come on, bro. Like, the headband looks wild.
I didn't know we was unmuted.
Shit, I was supposed to have it muted.
It's fine. Good thing we wasn't standing up. But Ack, you wildin'. Ain't nothing wrong with a motherfucker wearing a goddamn headband. Like, what?
A headband is crazy though.
Is it?
When I think of headband, I think of LeBron or Carmelo Anthony.
Really?
Like basketball, I don't think of anything outside of basketball.
I don't know.
I know it was like fashion.
Let me open up my eyes or something like that. You know, back in the day, yeah, I see, but I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I'm surprised that he even said something about it. I'm like, damn, you coming at the headband?
Headband is crazy. Yeah, they used to wear that when I was a kid.
Like, this is unk activity. Like, this is
Like
what?
in school.
This is like you having an Allen Iverson sleeve on and you're just chilling. Like, that's for a reason. Davies just over here, man. Like, Davies just trying to do his best to aura farm. This is not working. I love you, Davies, but come on, bro.
You didn't
Yo, ever since Davies said that the reason why he's not popping in music because he looked too good, I was like, this is bugged out, man. This is bugged out. He said be on his dick so much that he's not popping in music. I'm like, how about maybe your music is just not that pop? I like you though, bro, but chill out, dog. Y'all remember when he said that? He said, was it him or maybe it was somebody else? Let me Google it. Dave East looks hip hop. Let me see. Like, he had said some shit. He said like his music or some shit. Am I tripping or was it somebody else? Maybe it was somebody else.
Even though Ak shouted out the podcast, so people to go watch it, said he loves the podcast, he feels like it's going to be big, it's going to succeed. Because academics decided to call them unk and to critique their outfits, they wasn't trying to hear them shout outs, bro. All right, Mano came back with a vengeance. Now, you know how you can tell if somebody is like just engaging in banter back and forth for riff? It became perfectly clear from the very beginning that Mano opened up his mouth that this was not banter, right? This was not a like in good faith roast. This was not a friendly back and forth. No, Mano was tight. He was really upset. All right, and academics paid a hefty price of getting roasted by one of the best roasters in hip hop. Bro, Mano put academics on the shirt, bro. I think, Ak low-key got to come, because Ak been chilling off the Henny. Ak got to come back and bring the Henny bottle, man, when he comes back in live stream, bro. Ak, you can't let them get away with this, bro. This, fam. Like, bro, I'm 1,000 overly with Ak. Well, even I had to laugh and say, damn, cuz, like, bro, they got you, homie.
Oh, man, let's rap about it. How y'all feeling today, man?
Feeling great. Yo, academics, check this out. Academics. Academics, I know you're not talking. 100%. I know you're not talking. You got the audacity to be speaking on niggas and what niggas is wearing. You talking about what niggas is wearing? You talking about the proximity between what niggas is wearing and their age? Let me explain something to you. You're a journalist and this is your opinion, so let me give you my opinion on you. I feel like you built like a... I feel like you built like a... No, listen, 100%. Listen, I feel... Let me just say how I feel. I feel like you built like a wet bag of laundry. I feel like you're built... No, listen, I feel like you're built like a jar of relish. You understand? You can see, here's the thing. Like, this ain't no gangster talk. We ain't gonna do no gangster. But listen, what I'm saying, since you want to speak about, young, old, and when you do that, you indirectly causing division between young and old. Ain't no difference between young and old.
Division is wild, man. Like, what? He was just roasting. Yo, it was just in good fun. Fam, listen, bro. Telling old dudes to put on age-appropriate outfits is now causing division between YNs and Uggs. Cut it out, man. They do anything to me young. First off, I'm gonna tell you this, man. All right. First off, now is Ak built a little badly? He used to be, not no more. Ak Academics lost 100 pounds, right? Like, I don't care what y'all say, man. Like, you roast the old Ak. The new, Ak is, like, Ak is in shape. Like, Ak is not fat anymore. So the bad body joke, I don't think works. Okay. But why?
Academics is built like Fat Boo from Dragon Ball Z, and it's just, it's a fact. I love Ak though, but he's not in shape.
Weight. He looks good compared to how he was. He was giving that young thug belly a little bit at first, but when I saw him doing podcasts and stuff with 6ix9ine and stuff like that,
he got that groove body, strong torso.
I don't
big torso.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you take that as division? Or like, why would you even say, nah, but there's no gangster stuff. Nah, there's no gangster. Why would it even be a possibility of gangster stuff? He shouted out your podcast and showed y'all love. If y'all were Maino, would y'all take what Academics did as a diss?
He started off shouting out the podcast, but that went all the way to the left. You did not have to bust down each one of their outfit like that. Some of that stuff, you didn't necessarily have to say. You know what I'm saying? Then you trying to cover it up, talking about, I showed love. I shouted out the podcast. You did, and it was all in fun, at the beginning. And I'm not saying it wasn't fun afterwards, but I'm saying, like, you did step over the line when you got to busting down the outfits. Pausing it, pointing it out.
I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying?
I think those niggas are just insecure about their fit and their age. And, I feel like if they watched him say that, I don't feel like if they wasn't offended by him pointing out how they was old and dressing young, they wouldn't have said anything. They were offended because he accurately said that y'all are some old niggas dressing like y'all some young niggas. They took offense to that unironically. Like, that nigga, his feelings are hurt by that, and they calling him a fat nigga, which he is. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like those niggas, I feel like he was shouting those niggas out. Like, I don't know why they took the opportunity of a shout out to be like, oh, well, nigga, why you talking about my outfits? Just seemed extra sensitive to me.
No, I don't think so. And I don't know if because I'm older, you know what I'm saying, I feel that way. But I feel like it started off with love, but then he got to throwing some unnecessary shots. Now, don't get me wrong, he does have the right to say everything he said, but to say that you was shouting it out don't make it seem like you was, I don't know. And I think he said this ain't no gangster stuff because he's like, oh, this person had a gun, this person this, they want to let you know, hey, I ain't on no tough shit or nothing like that, but since we just saying how we feel, let me just say how I feel. Now, I think that the way they dress, whatever the case may be, but sometimes people be going out of line with this stuff and this auntie stuff because, like I was just saying, somebody hit me with auntie, the other day, and I don't feel like I'm give auntie. I don't feel like I give auntie, and I feel anybody who called me that was wild. But the 2 times I got called that, I can't say that it was 100% out of respect. So I don't really know how. I
feel like some niggas be going overboard with the offense from the auntie and shit. Like, if you 20 years old and you go on TikTok and be like, I'm 22 years old, they're gonna call you aunt.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Niggas call if you if you're not a kid.
But in real life, will you auntie somebody?
No, I don't pay that much respect. You know what I'm saying, to strangers like that. So I'm not gonna ma'am or auntie or none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Okay, so is it realistic for somebody to auntie me, in your opinion?
If they black and they grew up in a household, where they was taught manners, it's a sign of respect. I feel like auntie.
Yeah, I have seen that when people
same thing with Unc as well. It seemed like last year that was like a real thing where niggas said Unc and they was like, oh, Unc, like that's Unc.
Yeah.
But now it seems like Unc is just any nigga who's not young. It's Unc.
Right. Because before everybody was just OG. Everybody was OG. It was nothing, no age difference or nothing.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. But you see the lengths they will go to be considered YN. They got to a point where, man, like they understand the writing is on the wall. They'll be grandpa soon. So now they're trying to say, if you distinguish between how a YN should dress and how an Unc should dress, you are prejudiced and trying to divide. You are an agent of chaos. Now cut it out, man. An agent of chaos, because I'm telling old dudes to dress like old dudes?
It's only time. It's either you a lame or you not. It's either you with it or you're not. It's either you understand or you don't. Period. Point blank. You understand? And when you speak about fashion and when you speak about what niggas is wearing today, let me just give you some game, though. Timbs, Air Force Ones, Pelés, Averexes, and all the things that you see people wear today, those things was made hot in this generation here. Those are the things that was made hot in the 80s and the 90s, and we made popular. So, like, leave out of that. Like, you giving your opinion, and my opinion to you is I think you built like a a woman with 4 kids. Like, what are we really talking about? No. Let me talk though, because this is the problem. Been talking every day. We wake up saying shit about us, and we ain't.
Yeah.
We take the high road every time.
I knew it. He's not mad that academics called him an unk. Maybe I was wrong in that regard. He's mad because academics use them as an example as rappers going broke, so they got to start a podcast.
Yeah, that's funny. But, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to those niggas. Nice setup in the background. Me, I don't have a problem with a nigga dressing like a young nigga. I mean, I couldn't care less what another nigga wears. So if I was, I definitely wouldn't have commented on the drip to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, because I don't give a fuck. But, you know, he's a different type of nigga. Oh shit, this is the wrong motherfucking. Yeah, you don't have to say that. But, all right, so this topic is about Meg Thee Stallion. Is it about her lawsuit?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, this is about Meg Thee Stallion's new look.
On November 28, 2025, the Lakers played the Mavericks at Crypto Arena in Los Angeles. And as the game was going on, a photographer took a photo of our girl, Meg Thee Stallion. You're looking at the photo right here. And of course, this particular photo went viral because I didn't even know who the hell this was until I really looked at it and I understood that, oh, that kind of looks like Meg.
Bruh, they trying to say this is Meg Thee Stallion at Klay Thompson Dallas game tonight. Hell nah, man, who that is, bro? I don't look like Meg Thee Stallion. See, this is what happened when they had me cutting up their face so goddamn much to the point you can't even recognize who the hell they used to be. The hell is this, man?
Woo! Now, guys, this is interesting because this was the same thing that we saw with Glorilla and her facial reconstruction and how she's looking different. And now people are starting to notice this with Meg Thee Stallion. I looked at certain medical professionals who basically evaluate facial reconstruction changes. And when I
want to say, y'all tripping. That is not like, that's makeup. First of all, with Meg, how she had hers, like cut, that crease was cut, that was cut too hard, and that's why her eyes look like it go up like that. As far as they nose and stuff like that, I don't think they got no surgery. You can do all of that with makeup. We did some videos a couple podcasts ago just showing that, what did you call it, witchcraft? You can achieve all of that with makeup. You can.
Yeah.
I thought they was gonna talk about the way she was dressed because she wasn't dressed slutty. No shade.
Yeah. You gonna keep watching the video?
Yeah.
It's just freeze frame. If we freeze somebody in motion at any random frame, it's gonna look strange, you know.
I started typing in Meg Thee Stallion. This is what I found.
Things that I do think she's had done, though, is some microblading to her brows and some veneers. And then in going through some of her videos, she's talking, but there's not a whole lot of animation going on her forehead, so I think that she probably gets regular Botox to her glabella and her frontalis.
So again, this is interesting because Meg Thee Stallion was trying to say that she did not have these changes. And this is no different from what you see with Glorilla, with Meg Thee Stallion. They say that they don't have these changes. And then, of course, they have these changes. And when I see the women in the comment sections of these videos, some may be critical, but many are supportive. Many of these ladies feel like, hey, they look very well. They look good. You know, go ahead, girl, get that money. Go ahead, girl, improve your looks. And of course, in the case of Glorilla and Meg Thee Stallion, these particular changes have allowed them to get NBA boyfriends. I mean, again, in Meg Thee Stallion's case, she's dating Klay Thompson. But I wanted to evaluate something. Would this be acceptable for men? Now, as women are getting the bag, I'm starting to see a lot of this going on, whether it's BBLs, facial reconstruction, obviously the hair, things that women are doing to improve their aesthetics and their personal appearance. But I've noticed something. When men are trying to improve their personal appearance, it's always laughed upon, right? And I've noticed this when it comes to, let's say, what you're seeing now with the height replacement theory. Now, don't get me wrong. I've noticed that this has occurred with certain situations.
I'm Denzel Siggers. I'm 27 years old, and I spent $100,000 on limb lengthening surgery. They break your bones surgically. They come and they attach devices that extend the bones over time. There's a metal rod in my leg, and then there was an external fixator that attached.
So, hold on, wait. So, one, body fat percentage goes to the face first. So, if you lose weight, it'll be seen on the face first, and losing weight can drastically change your appearance. So, she probably lost or gained weight. I don't know. Second off, leg lengthening surgery is not cosmetic. It's not, I don't know what the fuck I would classify it as, but going somewhere to have them artificially make you taller by destroying your legs and then putting some shit in there, this is not improvement. Like, you're destroying your body. Like, it's not going to have positive long-term effects. You know, this is different than getting facial surgeries.
attaches to the metal rod going through your leg. So you have both an internal device and an external device.
Now, this is a weird one because this is like to the extreme. I've seen certain men get the height replacement thing and they go to surgery to extend their bones to become taller. Now, this is important because when I see men doing something like this, I'm almost for certain hearing men getting roasted. You know, I'm hearing men getting talked about, men getting like, oh, that's lame. And it's not just from just guys, obviously, but I see certain comments like this from women. But at the same time, what you typically hear from guys who do this is what?
I hate short guys, I don't care. Shorter than me, I hate them. Like, I mean, people are gonna be, oh, you're fat, blah, 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 blah. I can lose weight. You can't change your height. So I don't know why people even deal with short people like, ah!
Woo! Now, this is a lady who's a BBW, and she's talking about how she is hating on short guys. Now, the point that I'm trying to make here is Meg Thee Stallion, Glorilla, they can easily work on their appearance. Makeup, facial reconstruction, weave, all of these things. Yet you have a lady like her who is overweight or a BBW, and she can then talk about how she doesn't like short guys. But at the same time, if these short guys want to improve their height, something is wrong with these men, right? They're lame for doing that. Like, how could you do it?
I want to say, I think that is absolutely ridiculous when people have those takes, especially when you are not like a prize yourself. You know what I'm saying? To say that you hate short people or I have to have somebody like this or I have to have somebody like that, that's wild. But one thing that I can say is it is true and it is unfair because men have to just be out here how they are. You know what I'm saying? It's really not much that a man can do. A woman can have lashes, extensions, do whatever she wants to do with her hair, you know, all type of stuff, and you really don't know what this person looks like. I have worked with somebody, I worked with a couple people for 20 years, and I have never, not once, ever seen what their real hair look like. Never, you know what I'm saying? So a man, he just got to go off of his looks and his personality, but the difference is, with a man doing that, a man is just going to be a man and they don't hit the wall like a woman do, you know. So I say this, ladies, when you're young, either, you know, when you pursue your career or whatever the case may be, it's nothing wrong with settling down or dating or giving the potential guy who is interested in you a shot. Because what happens all the time is people be living their best lives in their 20s and 30s, and then when they get older, you know, 35 plus, that's when they want to start trying to settle down. And by the end, you know, most people been married for 15 years and all type of stuff.
Yeah, but things is changing now with Cavalier and Black Pill and Looks Max. It's going up. Niggas are doing pretty much everything. Niggas is wearing, or he's wearing makeup. He wear makeup. He do all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So these niggas are gonna, well, you know, the white people, they're gonna start doing some whole other shit.
And it's the same conversation when you talk about black men and talking about the advantages that women have when it comes to weave. You know, when you talk about black women and extensions, you talk about black women and their ability to wear their hair. It's like almost, it's a non-negotiable. Women feel that black men have no absolute chance to even talk about a black woman's hair. But I saw this video from this guy and he really exposed something that was crazy.
So you want me to wear my hair natural?
Yes.
Yeah, that's too much. Like, I don't want to be dealing with all the natural stuff every day. Like, sometimes I just want to be able to switch it up, wake up, put my wig on, and walk out the door. What is so funny?
The truth is, not every child gets the chance to go to the movie.
I don't understand why they always laugh at me.
Now, this is a guy going around with a wig on, and he's talking to these women, and at the same time, you know, a lot of these men are feeling bad because, you know, their hair is balding, and even though it's a joke, he has a wig on, and he's telling them, like, you know, he doesn't want to do the things that they should be doing, taking care of their hair, and they start laughing because now they see the same hypocrisy that they use for wearing these things that inherently make them look better on the outside, but at the same time, they criticize these men for wanting to use the same technologies or the same advances to make themselves look better. And that's the key thing that I'm noticing with all of this. When women get into money or into fame, and if they're not as pretty, they can use all of these things to their advantage. Not even just makeup or weave, like literal reconstruction surgery, BBL.
I don't know about everybody, but I don't feel like that a man has no say, you know, over a black woman's hair. I don't agree with that, in my opinion, or at least that's how I am in my relationships. I remember when I was dating a guy, and I had a relaxer, and I wanted to go natural, and I asked his opinion about that because we've been dating for a year and a half. I have straight long hair, have it wrapped, all type of stuff. I'm talking about growing it out natural. That doesn't mean he's going to be attracted to that, you know, and his opinion does matter, in my opinion, in our relationship. It's different if you met me one way or something like that. It's different. So I don't see anything wrong with that, but yeah, how women have problems with guys doing that, you know, I don't know. I have a problem with it. I ain't gonna lie. Or I would want to know. I would want to know if a guy has like fake hair or something like that. And I don't see anything wrong with a guy asking, is that your real hair?
Yeah.
Things like that. Men have no real opportunity to improve their looks. I mean, outside of working out, but let's say, for example, if you're short, you really can't improve that unless you want to go through height surgery. If you're a person with a dusty hairline like me, you can go ahead on and get a new hairline if you like to, but then that won't work. And let me kind of get onto that too, because you know, you have some men out there who are getting hair transplant surgeries and stuff like that, right? And women have talked about these men in the worst way. You have this guy, as you can see, he was balding and he went and took care of his hairline and now he got braids. But a lot of women look down upon this, right? This is something that's important. And then what you can hear is women actually requesting what men should do with their hair.
Y'all, I just seen to do with waves and it just...
So, what I feel like, if you're in a relationship with somebody, then you can and should comment about their hair, and their hair should matter, or you know, it should go both ways. But as far as like random people commenting on their hair, especially if they're black women, you know, that's not really going to end well for you, because black women are really sensitive about their hair. Even if you be like, oh, you're wearing white people hair, they're going to be offended by that somehow. But as far as women getting mad about dudes getting hair transplants, which actually work when you go to Turkey, and it only makes sense to if you actually care about, you know. Because I think most people can't rock being bald because it really makes you less attractive objectively, like in like all cultures. But well, that's exceptional, you know. But women are hypocrites, you know. Women are like the biggest hypocrites, like maybe ever. So you know, it makes sense that a woman would get a hair transplant, get XYZ, and if the man or if men do it the same, then they wouldn't like it. It's crazy because the misogynist dudes, they're like, oh, well, you work, you vote, you drive cars, that's doing men stuff. It's funny.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's true. that's the misogynist look at it, like the red pill, like Andrew Tate, you know, Myron Gaines.
Wow.
Their response to this is like, well, you know what I'm saying? You are trying to be like a man. You have a roster, you know, which apparently is being a man. Being a whore, that's a manly thing. Only men are supposed to be whores, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Hold on for a second. Muted for a second. I do agree that women are hypocrites. And yeah, I say I am one too, because I don't like if you went from that and now you got braids and dreads and stuff like that, I would want to know that, because I'm not gonna lie, it looked like, you know, how it looked in the front, it looked like it could have been lace front, in my opinion. Now, if you went and grew out your head, okay, but I don't want a guy with all of that. I don't have a problem with a bald head. I don't want a guy with a fake ass beard, because you don't need that for me. And yes, you know, I wear extensions. I do. But the reason why I have been wearing extensions and then I started wearing wigs every now and then, like a year ago, is because I don't have time. I'm so busy. I'm in school. I work full time. I go to school full time. I don't have time to be dealing with my hair. So yes, I wear extensions, but I can take these out and rock my natural hair, you know, for 5 years, you know. So I guess it doesn't apply to me like that, but I can't say that I would want a guy with a damn man unit. Because you can't tell. Like with women, of course this is not my hair. You know, with wigs, the majority of the time, yeah, you can 96% tell that it's not theirs. With a guy, you don't know, you rubbing and shit like that, then you be like that basketball player whose shit was
Jaylen Brown.
They banned hair beam. Wow.
Yeah.
It's reminding me how like you really don't see dudes with waves no more. Like, can we bring waves back? I love, like, if I see a dude that has waves it gives cleanliness, it gives skincare routine, it gives take care of themselves, it gives take their vitamins. But when I see a dude with a fro, especially one that ain't got no type of shape or no type of products in it or nothing, it really give dirty roots to me. It give holes in the drawers. It give stain in between the crack part. Like, I don't know. I just feel like men in hair, it just no.
This lady is saying, listen, we need to see you black men go back to waves again. And I thought that was interesting because, yeah, I used to have some waves back in the day, trying to struggle and get it. The problem is that my hairline is so down bad, only like a certain part of my hair could even have waves. So you can't even wear that. And women might think that, is sexy. And for a lot of guys that are, 35 or 40, you can't even get waves anymore. And so, well, if you can't get waves, you're down bad, you're balding, you're down bad, you're short, you're down bad, you're broke, you're down bad. And then women can just go ahead, if they're bald or whatever, just get any kind of thing that will make themselves look better and everything is okay. And at the same time, if the men are not like naturally good looking, if the men are not like naturally tall, if the men are like naturally not smart and rich, then you have these women who have all of these advantages, Botox and all of that. And these are the ladies that, if they can get this stuff, are calling the same average guys who are not even competing with the same technology. Number 1, ugly. Number 2, broke. Number 3, dusty. I just thought that it was really crazy. The fact that Meg Thee Stallion can get praised for just changing her look and turning into somebody else all the time. And then if a black man comments on the fact that, yo, you're changing yourself too much. Whoa, you're changing yourself too much under the knife.
Get all. Yeah, I don't mean to be like this, but baby girl with them tarantulas on her eyes, she can't talk about what somebody can do and how somebody look dusty and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because they got a
girl who won the waves.
Yeah, just because they got a fro. Now, one thing I can say that used to irritate me when I would rock my natural hair is I would rock my natural hair, and people would ask me, why am I leaving out the house like that? Oh, you ain't gonna do your hair, or why your hair ain't done? You know what I'm saying? When it's like, bro, this is my hair. This is what it. This is my hair. You know. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you're a dude, you should 100% looks max, cosmetic max. Get the surgery for your hair. Do whatever you can do because as far as the market, the dating marketplace, the women have all the advantages because society has handed them all the advantages. And as a men, we don't live in the 1950s, so you have to have attributes independent. Well, you have to have attributes as far as looks, but personality as well. But looks is very important. So and hair going bald is like I think I heard somebody say it's like 1 in 4 or some shit. Like going bald is like a real big thing for niggas like in this generation.
And they're young too.
Yeah. So if you're a man, you definitely should look max way more than women. I should make a video about that as well because as far as the dating marketplace is going to be more difficult for you. So don't listen to women. Be proud. Like Clavier be like, yeah, I wear makeup. I use a pump for my thing. I do hair stuff. Whatever you got to do. Do what you got to do to get it because you're in a game where it's set against you. Because like she said, like he said, some dudes are just have nice hair. They look nice. They're tall. So
genetically blessed.
Yeah.
But now that you say that, I guess I kind of changed my opinion a little bit because what it reminds me of is Kevin Samuels, and I used to watch Kevin Samuels all the time. I love Kevin Samuels. I was gonna call in and I was gonna ask a question, but the question got answered for me. I didn't like the men that were approaching me. I didn't understand how these men were approaching me or why this type of man was approaching me. I just didn't understand. But something he said is what you are is what you attract. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't like what's coming to you, then you need to change something about yourself. Pretty much that's what I heard. And at the time I was hiding and I was wearing clothes and I don't like attention and I don't like to be bothered. So because of that, I was wearing clothes that was big or just, not really like dressing when I left the house because I didn't want anybody to look at me or say anything to me. So with him saying that, I couldn't be surprised when, these old ass men was coming to me or guys where it's like, I was just confused. But once I did change and I did lose weight and I did start wearing clothes that I could fit and caring about what I look like when I leave the house. Not that I didn't care, it's just if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just want to hide just because you don't like attention, because people is disrespectful. You'll walk past a dude and he be like, damn, you got a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? Damn, she got a fat ass. Damn, I don't like that shit. I think that shit is disrespectful as fuck. So because of that, I would just hide. But anyway, once I started changing, a different caliber of men started trying to holler. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, yeah, if you have to do what you got to do to get what you want, I changed my mind. Yeah, go for that shit. Fuck it. This 2025.
Facts.
When I miss 3...
Wow. Lil Jon was the producer. I never knew that.
Yeah.
I thought he was just screaming on the tracks just because.
Would be shaped in Atlanta by an interesting guy. A brother by the name of Lil Jon. And for those of you who remember the group, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys and the I Like Them Girls song, yes, he was the definition of crunk rap. And a lot of us from Northern California, we got introduced to Lil Jon by Too Short. And obviously, we know what would happen with that. And, he would end up making Tell Me When to Go. I mean, Lil Jon is a legend, right? And because of Lil Jon's progression from being a DJ to being, a producer / rapper, he got a lot of opportunities. And Jon would end up obviously falling in love with a chick by the name of Nicole Smith, okay? And this is important because they were married for a long time. He met her, I believe, in like the late 90s. She's from Memphis, from what I understand. And Lil Jon grew up in a middle-class neighborhood, but anyways, he would end up falling in love with her and they would get married, all right? After getting married, obviously, and they're still technically married, they would separate. They separated in 2022. I'm not sure if they're still legally married now. And then that was that. However, on Thanksgiving, we ended up seeing an interesting post from Lil Jon, and it read, "This Thanksgiving, our hearts are full and souls of love. Happy 1-year birthday to our baby girl, Nahara. A lifetime of blessings ahead. Alhamdulillah." Okay, so we would see that. And then we would see the photo of the new lady, and her name is Jamila Zada, okay? I don't know where she's from, but definitely Middle Eastern. She kind of has that Persian Arabic vibe. And so once this picture was posted, it was a whole bunch of commentary from people from the community. But first, I want to get back to something that I heard Cat Williams say once before.
I've never seen them have anything that I ever wanted. If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview. Listen, in 20 years, they do an interview, nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere.
Now, Cat Williams says, once you join their little system, you get a light-skinned wife, typically unattractive with a weird face, that never does an interview, never say anything, right? And I thought that was interesting because this lady here, the first comment I saw was, he kept his life private. Happy Thanksgiving. Damn, she called it out. And this is exactly what Cat Williams said, word for word. This is the kind of woman that they always get. Let's go to Antonio. Her body language and eyes are telling Lil Jon, better have them assets in your mama's name. Why do every celebrity wife look the same like clone Kardashians? Then you hear this person, turn the cloning machine off. And I kept hearing this, I kept actually reading this rather. And again, like, these black men, they have a black wife, leave the black wife. You come from Atlanta and then you get something that's so far removed from what made you who you are. Then the person goes, hey, I thought this was Erica Minion. Got him. They all marry the same racially ambiguous woman. This person says we're supposed to believe that this woman was genuinely interested in Lil Jon. Now you have people defend Lil Jon. Y'all love tearing down black men who find love, but will praise.
What do you think? Do you think everybody's looking the same out here?
No. She's an Arab, a light-skinned person. Usually when a black person, because I realized that, I remember I was seeing online like other people saying light skin. I'm like, why the fuck are they saying light skin? But apparently Americanized versions of other people, they come here and they say light skin to apply to their own races. But light skin, I thought that would mean like light skinned black women, but I don't know. Like, I don't know these niggas. One, I don't know these niggas, and I don't know who they married to. I don't know who the fuck Eddie Murphy is fucking. I don't know who none of these niggas is fucking. I don't know what their wife look like. Shit, I don't know. Shit.
I'm talking about in real life here amongst you. Do you think everybody is the same?
No, people have very different looking faces.
The lashes everybody got, the lace fronts.
Well, there's a difference between
the
like aesthetic features, like nose size, jaw width, forehead, stuff like that, versus like an aesthetic, cosmetic thing that you apply to yourself.
She was cosmetic. Her lips was injected.
Well, I mean, like well, I don't know. Well, in real life, no, not to me.
Oh, okay. I think it is not. I think it's about half and half. I think you could line up 12 girls and 6 of them gonna look the same.
Yeah. Well, if they're obese, yeah, they probably will look the same.
The hell are y'all black women who date white men? Grow up, please. This person says, all I can think about is what Cat Williams says. Now, again, that is exactly what that clip was about.
Seen BRS, and he said it was funny how niggas during 2024 was quoting Cat Williams like he was the Bible. Like the nigga said he read 1,000 books a day, and niggas was just super glazing them.
She don't listen to crunk music. Again, she's not black, so why are you dating her? The symbolism is loud, okay? And of course, he has a white woman. Why would she be black? And then, well,
you ain't trying to freeze your hands off this winter. These gloves might be.
And of course, he has a white woman. Why would she be black? And then, well,
black men date light-skinned, exotic white women because they want to have daughters that they're actually attracted to. And not attracted in like a weird way, but they want to have a daughter that would be deemed the preference. And for most men, they believe that the light-skinned, curly hair, mixed race looking woman is deemed more attractive. So they aim to have those mixed kids. I know a lot of times y'all like to scrutinize white women and say that white women are the ones that are going after our black men because they having mixed race kids, but so do black men. Black men strive to have that light-skinned daughter. They don't care about the sons. It's about having a light-skinned daughter that has curly hair that is always going to be the preference. They don't want to have black daughters that might not be deemed the preference.
So this lady has an interesting perspective. She's saying,
This is true. I know some guys who do say that they don't want to date somebody dark-skinned because they don't want to have a dark-skinned baby. I think that's wild, but that is true. But how they talk about people dating outside their race and the reason why and stuff like that, I want to say some of these people that the internet talk about dating outside their race, black women probably wouldn't give them a chance 9 times out of 10 anyway, especially if they didn't have any money. I ain't trying to be shady or nothing like that, but look at Lil Jon. Who checking for him if he ain't got money? Like, he's not an attractive man. Yes, he's working on his body and stuff like that, and I ain't mean to throw him under the bus like that, but I'm saying that black women trip sometimes about guys dating outside their race, but majority of the time who be talking crazy, if this same guy tried to shoot his shot at you, you would not holler at him. Y'all say they weird or different, or you know what I'm saying, y'all want to wait till y'all get done living y'all life and then you want to, reach back out to some of these men, and then you want to be upset or feel away when they date outside their race. Also, when it comes to dating outside their race, sometimes that race don't be checking for them. Like I said, it's been a lot of times where black guys will not holler at me. They'll say, but man, somebody outside the race will come shoot their shot real quick. So if somebody outside my race is the one who's always trying to holler, what am I supposed to do? Wait for the black men? Because no, I'm gonna date, you know what I'm saying, who I'm dating, who I'm interested in, and who, you know what I'm saying, like, I know guys who desire to date black women, but just because like they might like anime or they might be this or listen to this, then black girls they don't be checking for them like that. So how do you, if this ain't somebody who you'll get a time, even if it is, how do you get mad when they go outside the race?
Yeah, I'm about to come with some ultra bass takes. So let me pull that. So I was gonna say this commentary for later on in the video, but first off, I just have to say, okay, Candace, I'm actually trying to spit right now. You gotta fuck off. All right, so first off, as far as Lil Jon popping up with this non-black woman, I don't mean to be that guy, but if you see like somebody black and you with somebody non-black, kind of like Dr. Umar, you say there is an impossibility that this non-black person would ever desire this black person. You have internalized racism. I know you might like, oh, I don't have internalized racism. I'm pro-black. No. If you're saying it's impossible for a black person to date a non-black person because it's impossible for a non-black person to find a black person desirable, my guy, you're operating somewhere else. That's one. Second off, the race that you are born into. First off, anybody who's born in life was forced into life. All of us were forced into life. The parents that we have in the culture and society we have no obligations to. Me, my people, my crew. We are not going to be obligated to anything outside of America because your culture and your race are things that are forced upon you. So you don't actually choose to be black, white, Chinese, Asian. Therefore, you don't have any obligation toward, you know, black, white, Chinese, Asian people, especially just because the simple fact that you are black, white, Chinese, or Asian. It would actually have to be some sort of tangible thing that you get. So you don't have an obligation to black people if you're black, especially if you don't gain anything tangibly for having an obligation to black people. So if you want to be a pro-black person or you want to only date, you know, within your race, you can do that, but it doesn't necessarily, or you doing that is not something that you necessarily have to do. Like, why would a black person have to be pro-black or only date within their race? Logically speaking, like, what's the argument for that? Like, oh, you have to do this because, why? Because I was born black, but I didn't choose to be born black, you know. And second off, when you people tend to date and marry people who are physically around them. If you are somebody who goes to college or is a highly multimillionaire and you're around other people of, you know, he literally said, what did he say? Hamdulillah or something. Mm-hmm. He's like a Muslim, you know, she's a Middle Eastern woman. You marry people who you're around with, black, white, Chinese. That's just what happens. Second off, and I know people are going to be, oh, eugenicists, whatever. Who you choose to have sex with, 1, and 2, who you choose to marry, and 3, who you choose to have kids with. If you can have sex with, you know, somebody who is of the same gender of you, and that's allowed. If you can marry somebody of the same gender as you, then why can't you marry and date somebody of a different race? And if you can have an obligation for, I want to have you can say, okay, I'm black, I want my kids to be black. No, it's not, oh, I want to find somebody who, if you can say, I want my kids to be black, or you can say, okay, I am this race, therefore, because I was born this race, I'm only going to date this race. How is that a morally superior version of somebody saying, I'm not going to only date? If you say, I'm only going to date blacks, or somebody say, I'm only going to date Chinese, like Akash, I'm only going to date Indian women. That's what he said. He says he only dates Indian women. Why would you only date Indian women? Because you were born in America and you were born Indian. You know, why is that morally superior than somebody saying, I'm not going to date Asian women? I mean, yeah, well, that is Asian. You know what I'm saying? As far as you choosing to have your kids look a certain way, if somebody can say, I want my kids to be dark, like me, if I'm like, I want my kids to be dark skinned, you know, I want my kids to be darker than me. What's the difference between that and saying, I want my kids to be lighter than me? And not to sound like coonish, but I'm gonna come out full the coonish here. First off, if you are a black man and you want, or a black man, woman, and you want to have non-black or mixed race children, I don't mean to be that guy, but you know, if you are a darker skinned person, or if you have a name like the name that you have, once you go and apply it to a job application, based on the name, you're more likely to get rejected. The tone of your skin, they did studies of this. The tone of your skin does affect how you're treated in the social justice system. People who are darker skinned are perceived as being more or less guilty. So if you are thinking purely logically, eugenically or whatever, that's not saying I want my kid to be 6'2". People who are taller have better lives or whatever. If you're black and you live black and you don't like being black or whatever, and you choose to have a fucking light-skinned baby, that's your right. I mean, somebody can say you're wrong, you're coon, whatever, that's wrong, but I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong for a black person to say, oh, like low-tier guy, he said, oh, I don't want to have children with a black woman. My mom's black, my family's black. I've been in domestic violence situations with black women. I want to have light-skinned mixed race babies. Shit, if that's what he want to do, he has an obligation to do that, because most black people in America have non-black DNA anyways. You know what I'm saying? Most niggas in America are mudded up anyways. We're not African niggas. We're not 100% black niggas anyways. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if a nigga wants to, with his own free will, date independent of his race because he doesn't value his own race, I mean, go ahead, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't mean he doesn't value his own race, though.
Well, if you don't want your child to be the same race, in my mind, you don't view your race as much as other people of your race do, because people are really big into their race and procreating their race. You know what I'm saying? So is that internalized colorism? I mean, I guess you can say. If we can understand that people who are lighter skinned factually get treated better than people who are darker skinned, and you say, I want my child, like, there are dark skinned black people. There are dark skinned, like, in my school, like, I went to school, right? In my school, there was a nigga who was black as fuck, and he said, I do not want to date a black woman. I want to have mixed race children. He was black as fuck. That nigga, I know he talked extremely white. that nigga, whether we like it or not, he was treated worse by black people because he was black. Black people will treat you probably worse or talk bad about you probably worse than other demographics if you are dark skinned. He is black. He was black. I seen him say it, and I didn't get mad. I had to think about it. Like, he was black. He get treated black. Like, you're a dark skinned black person. Black people will make fun of you when you're a kid. Like, he doesn't want his kid to go through that. So is he internalized racism?
But the same
I don't
thing
care.
with light skin too, though.
Yeah, that's true. You do get made fun of for being light skinned as well.
You
so
get made fun of
both
for
ways.
fucking everything.
Yeah, it goes both ways. But me, that's how I feel about that. If a nigga wants to date in or outside of race, I feel like when you're black, you attach yourself to celebrities because we don't have like leaders. You know what I'm saying? So we attach ourselves to. If a black celebrity chooses to date in outside the race, whatever. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. That nigga can do what he wants to do with his life. That's how I feel about it.
But I will say that, you aiming to have mixed race kids or whatever, you never know what the fuck you gonna get. That's rolling the goddamn dice. Because
you can be mixed race and completely be fucked up.
Oof, because Doja Cat is mixed race. She have complaints.
Yeah, you can be mixed race and be nappy headed, all that.
Same thing with Tiny. T.I. wife. She hate that she don't look like her damn mama. So much so that she went and got fucking eye surgery. Excuse me. These damn cough drops. But yeah, I feel like I know some people who are dark skinned who say, I want a dark skinned baby. I was dating somebody dark skinned because I wanted a dark skinned baby. Now, as far as excuse me, rolling the dice, it was some girls that I grew up with. They were Puerto Rican and black. And one sister, light skin, curly hair, black, long to the middle of her back. The other one was yellow. She was light skinned, but she was yellow. She had a yellow tone to her. And she had blonde hair. When I say this girl hair was so goddamn thick, this girl hair was never done. It was just wild, walking around looking like a lion. And I feel so bad because you could tell she had a mama that didn't know what the fuck to do with that. You know what I'm saying? And I can only imagine what it was like being raised in that family with one looking one way and one looking the other. Because it's racism in the family.
Yeah, cultural differences is important. Yeah. If you marry somebody outside of your race, you have to, or they need to be brainwashed into thinking that their child is going to be black. They be like, oh, I'm having a black child. They need to do like research about it. You really do. If you black specifically, you need to look into, well, if you're a black man, if you're a black woman, I think you'd be straight. If you're a black man and you're trying to have, babies with all these different races, you do need to, make sure that you actually know what you're getting into as far as racist family. As far as, because having mixed race kids, it's not easy being mixed. I know it's like, oh, it's not easy, man. It's really not easy being mixed race. It's like a mental fuck. So that's why you need to go into that, preparing your mixed race child how to identify.
Exactly.
You need to let them know that you are mixed race. You are this.
Exactly.
You have this. Don't let anybody tell you what you are and what box you can and cannot. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy having a mixed race kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. So even desiring a mixed race kid, but me, I just don't think I don't think somebody is morally superior, or I don't think if you are somebody who and you only date in your race, I don't think that makes you better than a nigga who doesn't date in his race. I mean, I just don't see it. Like, as far as a moral standpoint, I don't see how that's wrong. I don't know how you procreating your race is right, and I don't know how a nigga not procreating their race is wrong, because nobody asked to be a part of the race that they was even born into. But that's just how I feel about it. You got anything else to say about it?
Yeah, so it is taking a gamble when you have kids, period. And
that's true. That's facts.
When you are aiming to have somebody or a mixed race child because you want to make sure that they
it's weird though, kind of like,
have good hair or or light skin or whatever the case may be. Now, okay, people think that, but I'm not gonna lie. I was dating a guy, and I'm talking about I was in love with this man. I wanted to marry him. Like, he didn't know that, but I did want to marry him. And in looking at him and envisioning him as maybe being my husband or whatever, I ain't gonna lie, I was looking at his hair. And I was thinking if I was willing to have a child that might have had that hair, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that sounds good or bad. I don't know. I wasn't even natural at the time. I'm natural now. But yeah, because I'm like, okay, what if it's a girl? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I say this because I don't know how to do hair. I have always had long straight hair. All you have to do is put part on this side, part of wrap it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how to braid or plait or none of that. You know, some people be permanent kids' hair so damn young, but that is, you know, so I said that to say, if somebody could think about that, you know, when it comes to outside the race, you can't tell me that people don't think about that inside the race as well, but that was something that I was willing to deal with because I love this person.
Yeah.
You know, listen, a lot of black men want to have these non-black chicks because they want to produce a better looking female child. I've never heard this before. I've never thought that this mattered. I mean, I know plenty of black men who date interracially or marry interracially, and I know guys who are like really stuck on colorism, but I never heard it from this perspective. But she gives some important anecdotal evidence.
Years ago, early on in college, talking to this guy, he was like, I really like you, but I can't see it going forward. And I was like, why? Like, we're having a good time. He said, because I don't want to have dark daughters.
Talked about a situation in which she was dealing with a black man and she wanted to go further in a relationship, and the black man said, I don't want to have, you know, dark daughters. Now, again, I've never heard this from a brother, but this is interesting. And I can see how somebody affected by colorism will say this. Now, I will be honest, this is a little weird, right? Little John, who comes from Atlanta, and I mean, there's so many different sorts of women in Atlanta that look good, that are beautiful, that are exceptional. And I know that Little John is now bodybuilding. You know, he's doing his thing there and all that. And I think maybe he lives in maybe LA because he's at Venice Beach a lot now. I'm not sure. And when you look at her Instagram page, Jamila Zahada, I mean, they're not married, but they're in a relationship. I mean, there is nothing about her that I don't know what they would have in common with. I mean, like, she's trying to look like Kim Kardashian. I mean, I do see that she's on her fitness journey too, so they have that in common. But I mean, there are black women that also do the same thing, and nothing on her page, like when you look at her page, she's the only black person there. She, whatever she is, and I believe she's Afghanistan. Everything is Afghanistan.
I hate when people think that they know your business. You know what I'm saying? They've been together like 2 years and they have a kid. Just because he is the only black person on her page, don't mean that that's the only black person she knows. Yes, she is from this culture or whatever the case may be, but you can't say she don't listen to crunk music. You don't know what the hell she listens to.
Yeah, how they know Lil Jon listen to crunk music? How they know Lil Jon ain't, you know, like, it's some black people who grow up black and then they get money and then they go from Jay-Z eating well done to medium rare steak. Like, that happened. Like, being from Atlanta and then making millions of dollars and being world famous. You think Lil Jon hanging around a bunch of niggas all day? I don't think so.
That's wild. You cannot just assume because they look like night and day. Oh, I mean, I didn't mean that like that. I didn't mean that like that. You can't say just because they look opposite, they don't have anything in common. Because you don't know what they are behind closed doors. They could dance together. They could do all type of stuff together.
And they both Muslim.
Right.
Like, they both Muslim.
I dated a guy, a black guy, and we had nothing in common. We had so much fun together. I love being with this person. I love hanging out with him. We have a good time. We laugh. We kick it. We do all of this. But when I say we have nothing in common, we have nothing in common. When it's time to come indoors and it's time for us to watch a movie or listen to music, nothing. We were not on the same page at all. So just because we looked alike, just because we look alike doesn't mean that we had something in common. And just because they look opposite doesn't mean you can just say, you know, she only loved him, because you don't know that. Maybe not, but you can't make all these assumptions off of her appearance and the color of her skin.
Yeah, and I just seen the video of a black woman who had 4 kids. And she's married to a white man, and the white man is taking care of for her kids. You know what I'm saying? And like the nigga said in the video, when you see a black woman with a white man, niggas or black women or just niggas in the comments, they like geeked. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a difference.
I'm
not saying like that, but I'm just saying.
It's different. Yeah, but also arranged marriages last longer than, you know, actual marriages where niggas choose to be, because when you in an arranged marriage, you have things above your head, like your parents, like your culture, etc. And so somebody looking like somebody and somebody living the same lifestyle, or that doesn't really affect a relationship. Like you said, y'all don't know what their relationship is like behind closed doors. I don't know why y'all want to comment on it. It just doesn't make sense to me. I wouldn't do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
There's no other black person but Lil Jon on her page. Culturally, she don't have any black friends. I mean, you can scroll and scroll and scroll for miles and you will not see anybody black. I mean, you see her here in traditional wear, you know, and it looks like she had to really do or make an exception to deal with Lil Jon at all.
I ain't gonna lie. If I'm with somebody who's not black, I don't want no black ass non-black person. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be not black. All your friends is black. You talking to blacks. All the niggas you was with was black. Be whatever you are. You know what I'm saying? Stay over there, and then we gonna be over here, and then we'll come together. You know what I'm saying? Like her, with all her people. I mean, just because she dating a black man, she's supposed to be around niggas all the time. She can't, still be, a part of her culture or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Now she is a physician assistant, so she is smart, but that's something to be talked about. And I want to mention this because when I see black men, when they're dealing with women that are not in our community, first thing that I notice, and I notice this quite often, is black men have to, like, if you want to get somebody from Afghanistan, somebody from Persia or Persian, anywhere from those countries, that the old Persia, you have to be almost exceptional. Okay, you have to be completely exceptional. Like imagine somebody like Scottie Pippen and Larsa Pippen. This is what you must be. Access them. You need to come with your money. You need to come with your name, and then that is your ticket for them making an exception to deal.
Okay, so what he's saying. Okay, I get what he's saying. But at the same time, anybody has to be exceptional.
Yeah.
Anybody has to be exceptional. They not dating no Dusty in they race. You know what I'm saying? They're not dating the Dusty in their community. So don't make it seem like just because he black, he got to be a doctor or a basketball player or this. No, if he was her race, do you think she ain't gonna bring in a doctor, a dentist, or somebody who's it's the same thing. Now she might be able to F them Dusties, you know what I'm saying? But best believe she ain't bringing them Dusties home.
Yeah, and not to sound like that guy, but I feel like that's reasonable if you are a non-black woman and you got some black man trying to, court you or whatever. You got to put him through the test to see what type of nigga he is. Because I don't mean to, I don't mean to be that guy, but some niggas are, or the image and the portrayal that niggas or that black men have in reality via social media, via black women bashing black men. If you are a black man, it's a lot of negative stigma placed on our heads, more so than anybody else. Let's just keep it a fact. You know what I'm saying? If you're black, it's a whole lot of assumptions made about you by black women as well. And it's mostly negative that will be put onto you by black women as well, by everybody.
What she just said about the hair, the afro. He got, shit stains up his ass. Bitch is just making assumptions.
Yeah, just the attributes that you will have will be negative. They will put it onto you, and you will have to demonstrate your worth as being separate from your others, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Any man should want to view or should want to, be put to the test to feel special in the relationship with who they're with, independent of the race. You know what I'm saying? You should want to, especially if you're a man. I feel like with a girl, you should want a girl who has barriers to be in a relationship with her, not just you come around and then I don't know, you don't have any. You know what I'm saying?
Like we was talking about motherfuckers bringing they person around and just not caring and just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we just talk about this on podcast.
Yeah.
With you, okay? And almost every guy is following the same blueprint to have some level of validation. Like if you don't go and get, a woman who is, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but it seems like she has some surgery done and all of this stuff. And so you're trading your resources just to say that you have a Persian baby mama and you worked hard all day to be with this chick, okay? And I really don't want to hear like, oh, well, he's just tired of black women's itch. He's just tired of black women's problems. Like, spare me that. It is so many human problems in every community, including when you put yourself in a situation with a non-black woman and she historically doesn't deal with black people, and now she is completely entitled because you had to sacrifice everything to be with her in this situation. I don't want to hear it. It's just BS. It's pretty much like I just really, really, really wanted a non-black chick that looked like the Kardashians and I couldn't get Kim, so this is what I want, and so that somebody can accept me in Hollywood, all right? I'm not saying that shouldn't be your personal choice, but that's what is given to me. And then, again, since he's in LA and many talented
the assumptions that are being made.
Yeah, the assumptions are crazy. The assumptions are crazy.
Like I said, are being made are
wild.
Wild.
It's crazy.
And it's so crazy because when a black woman dates outside her race, it's a party.
None of them. He would not say this.
It's a party. Yeah. It's a party. And I don't see anything wrong with having an experience with somebody and saying, I'm never going to date that again. Regardless of what that is. That is a personal preference and a personal take, and I don't see anything wrong with that because I got a list. I will never date a Virgo again. I'm sorry, I won't. I will never date a Virgo again. What's your sign? Oh, okay, no, I'm good. I will never date a Virgo again. I will never date a Sean. Fuck Sean's.
Oh my god.
Shout out to the Sean's. That's you know what I'm saying.
Which
let me know if you
Which one?
Let me know if you're
you
Sean in here.
SHAUN or HASH or SEAA? Okay. All right, so
No Sean's, and I will never date a motherfucking Jason. I never dated Jason. So won't.
JAY or JAS?
JASO motherfucking N.
That's the best name. That's my name, Jason.
So I don't see nothing wrong with that because I dated a guy, and you know we broke up, and he was in love and all that type of stuff. He like, I'm only gonna date girls with glasses from now on, and you know what I'm saying. But as far as like, it's just crazy because like when a black woman or somebody who identifies as black dates outside the race, it's a party. I'm talking about when people find out I'm in a new relationship, the first thing they say, what color is he? Is he black? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the first thing that they ask.
Yeah, no. But it's really interesting how it's just automatically assumed that the black man would have to do a certain amount of things, or he has to do XYZ to appeal to this non-black person so she can be accepted. That he's just projecting that onto when we don't even know if that's necessarily the case. Like it's just really funny how that's how your own people really view you. You know what I'm saying? Me. What's truth is that me. I'm really the real pro-black. You know what I'm saying? I'm really pro-black. You know what I'm saying? I'm pro-black people being doing what they want to do and not just automatically assuming that. Like dude saying that he has to lower himself to try to gain acceptance and make himself feel better about being with this non-black woman. Where are you getting this from?
Right,
nigga? Like,
exactly.
What is with all these narratives that just exist online between the gender war between black men and black women that we just have to throw upon everybody?
You know what I was just thinking? These people probably don't know real interracial couples. You see it when you out, but maybe they really just don't know any interracial couples.
Yeah, they are very strange.
A lot of people stay in a little bitty box.
Yeah, and what I also realized that like some black people, like they live around black people. We live in like the worst place. We live in the most segregated city. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the most segregated city in America. You know what I'm saying? We from the Midwest. Like black people from like what? The West Coast or East Coast or maybe down South. Maybe you live because there's so much black people like in the West Coast and the East Coast and down South that maybe like their experience with black people is much more different because it's a lot of black people here, or at least it seems like it's a lot of black people, but technically it's not really that much, especially like Atlanta where everybody's black, you know what I'm saying? Over here it's not like everybody's black, you know what I'm saying? So maybe the way that we view being black and the way that they view being black is different because, all they see is black. So for them, if they see an interracial couple, they're like, oh my God, this is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
The black men. People have been talking about these interracial relationships.
So I saw this question in my comments basically asking me if it's true that black men in LA typically like to date white women, and I'm going to be completely honest.
Right, this is a lady that lives in LA, and again, she's been getting asked questions from her followers about these black men dating these non-black women. And this is her response.
My answer to you, sis, is this. With people who want to with you. I personally am so tired of hearing and seeing this interracial debate when at the end of the day, with people who want to with you. It's really not that difficult.
And again, let me just say this. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Why do I want to mention this right now? The reason why I want to mention this is, yes, I have seen what Cat Williams is talking about. Little John is definitely following that same trend. However, this does not mean that all black men that are successful, or black men in general, are going to move to this same beat because other people are moving to this beat. You're going to have your black men that still want a black woman, that still want a woman that look like them, culturally, is going to be on their same level.
Yeah, I get what she's saying about, F with people who F with you, but it is wild because there are places where guys will straight up say that they don't date black women. I lived in Minnesota and it was a guy and he was like, oh, I'm 5'7", I think I was probably like 135 at the time or whatever, and he was having conversations with me and stuff. He was like, man, I ain't gonna lie, you pretty and stuff like that, but I just don't date black girls. I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And you hear that a lot there. Now, first of all, I'm in a motherfucking relationship. Nigga, I ain't thinking about you. I'm not thinking about you at all. But it's wild that some guys will say that, and it's wild how people feel about that. Like, it was this guy I knew. I didn't know him personally like that, but I knew him enough. We had conversations for a couple of years. But then he found out, you know, what I was mixed with. And I'm talking about right after he found out what I was mixed with, the difference that he treated me so different after that, and it got under my skin so bad. Because, like I said, I identify as black. I'm thinking I'm the same black motherfucker that I was before you found out what this was. And I'm talking about the difference that he treated me never changed, still to this day. And that just bothers me so much. It bothers me so much because what is the difference? Just because now that you know, obviously you didn't think, you know, before I said something, but now because of the words, now that you know, now it's a different treatment. That shit is crazy. That was crazy to me.
Yeah, but you know, this exists both ways. You know, black women, black men. You see them like on the internet, be like, oh, I don't date, you know, exclusively, or I don't date, or I only date white people, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of like a thing, like it's like a new trend. But if you are gonna like do that, I feel like you got to be like self-aware to a certain extent, you know. But like being like, oh, exclusively, like, oh, I don't like date black women. I don't. Me personally, I wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's crazy, and I don't know why a nigga would say that as if he's that nigga. Like, who are you, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? But whatever.
Right, but you know what be wild is guys act like that, and then
Everybody
sometimes when white girls are out with black guys, the way they move and carry themselves is like you want they nigga. You know what I'm saying? When I be thinking to myself, like, girl, first of all, I don't even date. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, don't nobody want your nigga? Like, what are you talking about? But I'm telling you, like, if you know, you know. I ain't talking about those refrigerators that guys be using to take care of them. I'm talking about real white. Well, I ain't saying that they ain't real. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we all know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But so, oh, is this what we already watched? Oh yeah. Okay. You want to get to the Akash stuff? Just be on it.
We can.
All right, so Akash
I
Singh.
want to see some of her old clips too, not just her new. Okay, what's she said? But what about Akash?
Actually, hold up, wait. Because I don't know. All right, so there's a comedian named Akash Singh. So Charlemagne started doing this podcast with this dude from New York called Andrew Schultz, and then that blew up. And then Andrew Schultz created Flagrant 2, and then that blew up. And then Akash Singh is one of the people on Flagrant 2, and he debated Myron Gaines. Myron Gaines is a South Sudanese or Sudanese / black African, I don't know where his mom is from, American dude who is, you know, definitely not black. I don't know why he keeps trying to claim to be black. Nigga, you are not one of us. You are an Arab, first off. But he is racist towards black people. And he is like a super duper self-hating. Like, he was in white supremacist spaces and they were like, what are you doing over here? Like, nigga, get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
When he was talking about white people, he said us. I'll never forget that. My guy said us.
I seen that as well. But he, you know, was very famous for, you know, saying he doesn't date black women. He's not a night rider, whatever. And Akash and him had a argument on Flagrant Podcast, and Akash was basically saying, like, you saying that you don't date your own race is wrong. I look down on you because of that. And me, I only date brown. And I think that's all. I specifically remember him being extremely pressed about it. So Myron Gaines, he got his homies to compile this hit piece, and solely him has brought forth the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith / Steph Curry, Aisha Curry fication of Akash Singh. So as you all know, now, you know, there's been a battle between him and his wife. So let's go over the initial clip, and then she responds to it, and then he responds to it, and then they both respond on the Flagrant Podcast. You got anything to say before we start watching?
No.
Yep, that's me.
You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
What I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period.
Akash only dates brown. Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an
So
Indian
this
woman
is
that was
like
important to
loyal
me.
through and through.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have 2 butthole stories.
I would not be able to fuck with a bitch like that. Near one of my motherfucking friends, my sister, my cousins, nobody could say no shit like that about no nigga that I was fucking with. Especially not my damn husband. I don't give a fuck if he was playing or none of that. I don't play. I don't play. I'm a very serious person. And I don't play when it comes to my man. I don't. I probably would have been ready to fight that bitch. That podcast would have been over after that, and it's just that serious. I would have did some shit on my own. Because I'm a party by my motherfucking self. I don't need no goddamn entertainment. But ain't no way I'd have been kicking it with a bitch after that, talking about fucking my man. And guessing and fantasizing about his
talking about swinging
size.
though.
She talking about swinging. Bitch, you ready to eat some pussy?
No, swinging.
Are
like,
you?
Swinging like.
Yes, switching partners. Yeah. She said an orgy. So basically, you want to fuck my man. You know what I'm saying? And you passing your man to me. Is he good? What he do? What he like in bed? I mean, I don't want to know none of that. But it's not like they were talking about sex and then that went there. I would not be able to fuck with a bitch like that. I just had to say that because that shit blew me when that bitch. I said, bitch, what? What? Who?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Don't trust her. Yo, your man to be sleep on the motherfucking couch, drunk and shit. He'll wake up, that bitch be sucking his dick. Don't trust that hoe.
Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have 2 butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore. Oh my God. And I remember that he what kind of porn do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch porn while using a vibrator. What? I just think my imagination is vibration enough.
What?
I'm just thinking of like my own husband while I'm like doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that.
Yeah. And so I was
using you and your husband split finances, and I'm gonna be really fucking honest.
I don't.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
First of all, that's a fucking red flag. I'm not like no joke. I love you girls. If you want to work, all for that, whatever. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a fucking red flag. This is not a 2-way street. This is a 1-way street.
I see what you
Oh, my bad, man.
His money is our money and my money is my money. And look, have I only made $600 from content creating?
Wow, I went up $100 from last.
So I kind of don't see nothing wrong with what she's saying. A little bit. Because I feel like we should have a joint account for bills, you know. She's not working or whatever, so I get that. But I'm saying most people, I do know a lot of stay-at-home wives, but we should have a joint account for bills and stuff like that. But my money is my money. Like, it's none of your business what I have in my account. I don't even care married. And I don't give a damn what you got in your account. I don't care. You know, as long as you still do for me, you know, and I don't have a problem. I'm the type of female, I don't have a problem doing things for a guy either, you know. But some people feel like, no, all our money got to be put together. Oh, no, I got to have access. No, you don't got to have access to my shit. Nah, we can have some joint shit, you know, but you ain't, it's none of your business what the fuck I got going on over here. And I don't give a damn about what you got going on over there.
Yeah.
But that's my money. Okay.
I don't know if you watch The Boys, but I love him on The Boys.
I never watched that show, but like he's on my hall pass list.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Chase Crawford, Jacob Elordi, Austin Butler, and who else?
Do you know why I think I have like a good marriage? I think it's because my husband's never here. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of comments that I'm using my husband for clout, and yeah, that's exactly what it is. No lies were told. I am leveraging the support I have. It's kind of like nepotism, but like through my husband, so like spousal nepotism. What's wrong with that?
She's outright saying it, but what's the difference between like Aisha Curry? Did she have like a cooking show or some shit like that? Like, fucking Shaquille O'Neal wife doing the basketball wives. You know, don't nobody know who the fuck she was before we know who her husband is. I don't see anything wrong with like doing a spinoff of somebody that is on already. Y'all probably just don't like that she just outright saying it. Now she could be joking, but she's serious too. And I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with that. What you think about that?
About what?
What she said about, you know, living off of her husband, or, you know, using his name to get clout.
So after she did the Flagrant podcast, she said that she was joking about, that was like a joke to her. From what I know, like it's a lot of stuff about like this that I didn't want to know. So basically, like what did she just say about her using her man? I think that was a joke. You know, I don't think she was serious, but I think she is I don't know. I want to talk about the whole thing.
You know, I'll just say this. You know who she remind me of? She remind me of the comedian who played on School of Rock, who was the bitch.
Oh yeah.
With the dark hair. Who she a bitch kind of in real life too. That's kind of who she remind me of, or who I think she's trying to give.
Yeah, it's more like Aisha Curry.
Yeah, you know that too.
To me, but so
her personality, I'm talking about how she mean.
Yeah, so basically, a lot of people were harping on is that the right use of the word? I think so. They were really focusing on the virgin aspect, about her not being a virgin, being a virgin. Me, I really don't care about that. A lot of people, I guess, were attacking her and viewing themselves as like helping him out, and calling her like a gold digger and stuff like that. So as far as, I mean, it's kind of weird to comment about somebody else's like relationship. I mean, what can I say? I mean, what should I say? As far as what they have going on, I think that, you know, I think that him, or just, so after this, a lot of people accused her of being a gold digger, and her response was like that she was with him when he was broke, and then he also did a set talking about this, about how she was with him when he was broke. And a lot of people brought up other clips about her not kissing him, and her getting an engagement during the engagement, and during the engagement, like a renewal or something, her not kissing him again when he gave him another ring, or when he gave her another ring. So as far as the relationship goes, you know, since, you know, they brought it out there, hold on, wait, maybe because I want to talk about, I can't talk about the sections, like I got to talk about the whole thing.
I just wanted to say what I had to say about that.
Oh yeah, and then she brought up this orgy situation in front of him as well. But see, let's watch this Flacco video
on the floor at the
it.
And she loved him regardless, took him from out the gutter and the dirt, clothed him and housed him, nursed him, paid for him to go to school, paid for his acting classes, and he finally made it big, so now he had to repay her with everything he ever earned.
If she was a gold digger, I didn't even have 10 to get rich, to be honest. But then in 2018, I went flat broke. 34 years old, I probably made $4,000 that entire year, and we couldn't even afford the living room we lived in New York City.
Cut it out, man. Cut it. Cut the foolery, bruh. First off, we just revealed that he was actually making $60,000 a year in 2014 and had clout and had a popular podcast. when he said he was making $25 a show. Okay, cool.
Basically, she met him through the podcast. Her sister introduced him via the podcast.
This show she went to see or some shit.
She says Akash has been sick all week, and she's been annoyed with Akash.
Oh yeah, and then she said that he was depressed because of the situation. She was like, I don't want to help that nigga. And then this guy, Mediocre Tutorial Reviews, talks about how they almost broke up because they had an argument. And it's just, I really know more about this than I want to know, because this is something that I was not expecting to be like 2 weeks old. Like, but basically, just I'm going to give my whole rundown of everything, right? So, on the one hand, we have Akash, who is, whether we like him or not, a successful man financially, who is with a woman who is providing no financial value to him, right? Self-admittedly, and someone who is a quote-unquote stay-at-home wife, but does not want to have children, wants to have a surrogate, which is nothing wrong with that, and also doesn't cook or clean. So when you look at the situation that Akash has found himself in, he essentially has a financial parasite who has no redeeming qualities. I don't know Jasleen, I don't know the relationship, but just from his own words, he said that he said, well, she was with me through this. She wasn't helping me. She was annoying me, but she was with me through this. Like, and it's crazy. And just the way that the relationship seems from the outside, it seems like a relationship where you can see this, where there's certain relationships where you can tell that the woman or the woman in this situation has more dominance over the man. And I feel like this is an obvious situation where in that house, I feel like Akash is the bitch. No disrespect to Akash, but I mean that he is the one to when the two cars are going at each other, he's going to swerve first. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that if you are the money maker, you are the breadwinner, and you're in a relationship with somebody, and they are somebody who does not provide financial value, I feel like they should at least provide. They should at least give you what you want emotionally. But I feel like Akash, he's only been with one woman, and I feel like he doesn't view himself highly enough to feel like he has the ability to achieve. I don't mean to be like, but me personally, I think that Akash, if he wanted to, he can find somebody who could treat him better. Like, because he only been with one woman, so it's really hard to say that. But I feel like the person who he's with, I feel like she understands the situation she's found herself in, because I feel like her life, the life that he's given her, is a life that she would not have without him. And I feel like she ought to be more respectful to him and his image, because he provides that image, or he provides everything for her, whether we like it or not. And I feel like if you're a man of status, you should tell the person you're in a relationship with to do not go out publicly and disrespect me. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I feel like if you're a woman, but the problem is that she's unemployed, right? So she's chronically on the internet all day. So it only makes sense that she would want to get on the internet and start podcasts. But when Will Smith's wife started that podcast, that's when shit started to go to hell. When Steph Curry's wife started getting on podcasts, it's these podcasts and giving them mics to your significant other. To me, it's, unless she's respectful of you, this is how it's inevitably going to turn out, especially if you are a Will Smith type nigga, you know what I'm saying? If you are a Akash Singh type nigga. So, I feel like he's being exploited, taken advantage of, used, basically. I don't feel like she desires him. I don't feel like she respects him. I don't know their relationships, and I feel bad for the nigga, you know what I'm saying? But I don't feel bad for him at the same time. But, I do feel bad for the nigga. Like I said about that.
I don't feel that she desires him. I do feel like he believes that he can't get anybody because she's a very beautiful young lady, and she was a vaginal virgin, if nothing else,
Why does that even matter?
I mean, because he
said
something about it. He's a virgin. He's a virgin. You know what I'm saying?
Well.
So he has a connection to her, being his first, thinking that she's pure. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that they had in common all this time, a chemical connection. And also, since he said he will only date brown, I think didn't he say, I don't date my preference?
He said he think it's corny to have your preference not be your race, and he think it's weird to not date your race as well.
That was a question. So
that was just him saying that to Myron.
Oh, with him saying that made me think that maybe he prefers something else. But regardless, in his culture, maybe he can't get a divorce. maybe, because even in 2025, people do care about what their parents think if they from different cultures. Maybe he can't. I think if he did, he would find somebody, even knowing that he has only been with one person and seeing that, he could find somebody that would treat him right. But he might find somebody who will know what they can get away with. And I feel that she should be respectful because some women have superpowers over some men. Some women know that. I know that I have superpowers over some men, and I choose not to abuse my superpowers. Now, don't get me wrong, I used to. But then, even though the men knew what it was, and I'm not saying I was sleeping with dudes or nothing like that, but if I was bored and I wanted to get out the house or whatever, okay, we're gonna talk about this. So she said something about having a roster. I don't see nothing wrong with having a roster. To me, having a roster don't mean that you have to
have sex with
him and that you fucking these people. Now, currently, I don't have a roster. I have one man. I'm in a relationship. But to me, I and guys probably feel the same way about women. I'm not a man, so I don't know, but I'm gonna say, as a woman, in my opinion, it takes 3 men to make a good man. It takes 3 men. You need a guy who gonna take you places, do things with you, have fun. Then it's the guy who's gonna spend money on you. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you do, whatever, regardless of what he got going on. And then you got the guy who you having sex with, who got the good dick. It take all 3. You barely find all of that in one goddamn man. You can, you have, I have before, but it's nothing wrong with having a roster. And like I said, just because you got a roster don't mean that you could not be fucking none of these niggas. Now back to what I was saying. I have guys where if I wanted to do something, if I just felt like getting out, I can call them, and they'll come and they gonna come through. Now, these guys know that we not kissing, we not fucking, they not getting no feel, none of that. But these guys just want to spend time with me. They just want to be in my presence. They want to hear from me. They want to have conversations with me. They just want to be around me. And they will take me wherever I want to go, do whatever I want to do, spend money, all type of stuff. And they just want to be around me. Now, the reason why I stopped using my superpowers was because regardless of all of that, I know how they feel about me. I know that they care about me. I know that they love me. I know that they still want me in their life some type of way. So if they have an opportunity to do something with me or even to help me out if I need something or something is going on, they coming through every time. But I choose not to use that, and I choose not to abuse my powers. And I feel like when you know you have that control over people, you shouldn't do that. I don't think that she should use her powers over him like she is, because she is so disrespectful with it, and she just really doesn't care at all. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't care, but something about me is I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown. Being grown, you have been hurt and you have hurt people. Something about me, I have broke at least 2 hearts, right? Maybe more, I don't know. But I know for sure I have broke 2 hearts. And I know for sure I have seen souls crushed, you know what I'm saying? Like, from my part in a relationship. And seeing that and knowing what that feels like myself, I choose never to purposely and intentionally hurt anybody like that again. Like, I'm not entertaining dudes. I'm not, cheating on a dude or none of that, because just leave. You know what I'm saying? Just leave. I don't understand why people just linger around, know that they playing games. But as far as her, that is her husband, and she probably, feel that, she was with him when he was broke and all of that. But you have to respect the person that you with. You have to. You have to care what they look like, because you represent them. So how you leaving and how you're acting and all of that, it's a different way that I talk in public and behind closed doors. This right here is considered closed doors, even though it's public. And I think that she's just making him look bad. You have to understand that's cutting the money because he likes to buy you things. That could potentially be.
She did a video
that you wanted them to mean when you originally said them. The amount of cringe within this conversation is award-winning, but we must get after it. Now, let me know down in the comment box if you guys want me to do a live stream regarding this conversation.
You want to watch it? She basically said that she was joking.
I don't like his part.
With she was joking basically with, she learned her humor from him. So she was just joking with most of it, which she probably was joking with most of it. Some of it, obviously, is real, But I think she was joking with some of the stuff. So, what do you think about that?
I think that she was joking with some of the stuff, even though she meant it. Even though she meant it, I do think that she was joking with some of the stuff. But I think what they won't let up is the version thing, because I don't in that clip that we watched or heard, I don't think that he was boasting about his wife being a virgin. I think he just mentioned it, but with all of these stories that she have, then they're not going to let that go.
Yeah, they're not.
But fuck him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just got to have that attitude. Fuck him.
But you want to talk about that? Or you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
So let's go to the next section, which is IG post. You said what?
We did that last episode.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So who at the table got to get up for a seat for Tom Cruise? This is pretty easy, I feel like. But who do you think?
Fuck The Rock.
Yeah, why are y'all saying that? What about the English dude?
No, he a hard ass. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know he is.
He got a movie that's coming out now. I was trying to think if it was Sylvester Stallone, but you gotta give him Rocky. You gotta give him Rambo. Yeah. Motherfucking what has he done? Jumanji looking ass nigga.
Yeah, so it's messed up that everybody is saying The Rock, and I wanted to be different and not say The Rock, but realistically, I mean The Rock technically, he does not deserve to be here because he's not an action movie. He is, but he's not.
No, he doesn't.
He's not on the same level as all of them, as far as action, crime, shooting niggas movies. So sadly for The Rock, he would have to be moved to the side. It's messed up though, because he's just one of the most paid actors.
But you know what's even more messed up is I didn't even notice Bruce Willis back there.
Oh, Die Hard.
I just saw faces and was like, yeah, The Rock. I didn't even look at, what I'm saying? I didn't even look at Die Hard.
Keanu Reeves being here is crazy, but we got the Matrix.
What are you talking about? You got the
Matrix. That's pretty much
John
all he is.
Wick.
That movie's terrible, but the Matrix is really fire. Like
When
Matrix
the last
2,
time you watched it? No.
Like last year, it was like hard to watch.
Whoa.
I couldn't even finish it. They just kept, and especially when I got to the fight
Which
scene in the
one
club.
did you watch?
One.
Oh my
When they got to the fight scene in the club and they was flashing the lights, and then I was watching the fight scene and I was watching those niggas with guns. They was running up on them. I'm like, bro, this is not.
Bro, well, I like a good revenge story.
Yeah, but it gotta make somewhat sense. It gotta actually. You can't just be like.
Killed the dog.
Yeah, but if the nigga's supposed to be, they just kept mentioning his name. Oh, he's John Wick. Oh my God, John Wick. I'm like, hey, it's like 30 minutes of the movie. What is he gonna do? The first fight scene, we got niggas running up on him. They not even shooting nigga. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's all dark. I can't even see what the fuck happening. He fighting these niggas. It's not even a good fight scene. I had to cut the movie off. But you know what I'm saying? Anyways, but it's other movies that I feel that way about. I'm not gonna say it.
Somebody stop that guy! Police, hold it right there!
From Disney and Pixar, I see the good in you. You don't gotta be a YN anymore.
This is gonna look so cool.
Is that really Tyrone? What happened to him? You don't have to be this way. There's always another option. Let me show you.
I'm real proud of you, kid. Quarter zip, coming.
Somebody stop!
Wow. So what do you think about this?
Not the matcha. And it's so, I'm so hood. It's so crazy because at the end when they said quarter zip, my mind just automatically went somewhere else. But yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, it is.
Yo, Kai, you've been watching the whole time.
That way. Yup.
Taking notes.
Yes.
That's in your DNA. You don't inherit that spotlight. You claim it. My legacy is in you. Welcome to the family.
What are shoes at?
Okay, so I wanted to watch that, and I don't mean to be a LeBron type of nigga, meaning every time people talk about LeBron, they want to throw another nigga in there, but I gotta be that. So when I saw this commercial, I was like, oh my gosh, that commercial was so powerful to me. And they didn't show the shoe. And I saw this commercial and I thought about the difference between that LeBron James commercial.
Oh, he was giving himself the crown.
Yeah, did they show the shoe in there?
Yeah, they did.
At the end. But I just saw the difference in the commercial. I was like, wow, that was a nice little build up. And to me, even not showing the shoe, that's anticipation. The commercial for me built it. And with LeBron, they did all that, and then they showed the shoe, and it was still, I mean, besides giving out those thousands of pairs, I don't see nobody with them. Like, oh, you can't wear those outside. Those are for basketball.
He owns a cat.
That's like the cope method because nobody would wear them.
Yeah.
Well, I'm allergic to cats, so that's not really.
He owns a cat.
Well, I'm allergic to cats, so that's not really gonna work for me.
You
but
are.
I am allergic to cats. But I think what's wrong with a cat? Okay, I think that a man who has a pet is attractive. Because
Okay.
a man who has
Well,
a cat is attractive.
A dog, yeah, but a cat.
A man who's got a cat.
He got a meow. He like,
Well,
come here,
listen,
little
first of all,
kitty
let me
kid.
tell you something. Let me
I don't know about that.
Let me explain something to both of y'all because you just moved to New York.
Yes.
A lot of people in New York have cats because there's a lot of mice and rats in New York. I don't care if you're in a $10 million apartment, a $500 apartment. It's mice and rats. So they have cats to keep them away. So let's
Does he
just
have
so he got
one
that cat.
or a
couple. Is he a cat? He might have a cat. He might have a cat to keep
cat
them.
lady?
Anybody in New York understands what I'm saying right now.
Is it black?
No.
Is it an exotic
I'm allergic to cats, so
that's
that's
what
not
I'm
my
saying. What
thing
a
at
cat, does
all.
a cat have on like a chain, like a hard chain? Like
These hoes is wild. And I'm gonna call them hoes. These hoes is wild. What is y'all talking about? Y'all have a problem with a guy with a cat. Have you ever dated a guy with a cat? I would prefer to date a guy with a cat over a guy with a dog. Okay, so a guy with a cat is a quarter zip. Like a guy with a dog is a YN to me. Like that's how you, because it's a difference. It's a difference. And yes, I did hear New York is dirty as shit. When my mother went, even back then, to see my biological father, it was trash. She said it was mice. It is. I mean, I'm quite sure it's better. They probably
Mices.
gentrified.
Yeah.
I didn't say mice. I said mice.
We'll see. But it's crazy is that it's like in New York, it's like nice on one block and it's garbage on the next block. It's really beautiful how it's like that. It's
It can
really
be like that
fascinating.
here too.
No, not to the extent of
Not
New
like
York.
not like that.
I mean, it's like a downtown apartment, like a $1 million apartment building next.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I
literally,
see
literally,
that.
like
That's because
$1
those
million
people aren't
apartment
selling.
building next to what's it called? With you government housing, like projects.
Rent control.
No, projects. So they intentionally put the projects in like super duper liberal places right next to the millionaires. They're like, oh, where should we build the projects? Let's build them right next to where we're building the millionaire shit at. It's really crazy. But this is me with hoes with dogs. Like if a hoe got a dog, like I shouldn't have to compete with your attention, love, and affection over some ugly ass animal that is dangerous and can take you out the game, because that really can happen, right? So if a hoe got a dog, like the dog, I'm going above the dog. I gotta go above the dog. You know what I'm saying? That's how I gotta work. You know what I'm saying? It's like niggas who got cats, we can understand this because it's like we love our cats, but it's a cat at the end of the day. These niggas and these dogs, people who love dogs, they love dogs literally like they're humans, even more to an extent. So when it comes to dog, I'm not dealing with no girl with no dog. Like you're not about to be treating a dog like it's your child. Like it's this YouTuber named Pretty Boy Fredo. Like his wife, when he first got his wife was like, I think he already had like a baby with her. He was like, me or the dog. She was like, I don't know. Like I'm like, nah. After that, never ever. It can never happen.
Dogs be serious. People split custody of dogs like kids in a divorce.
Love their dogs. They love their dogs too much, and you know what I'm saying. I can't deal with your family and your dog. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm supposed to go above all that. You know, on some BRS type shit. That when I heard him say like, yeah. I tell a bitch like I don't fuck with your family. I don't want a bitch with who close to our family. I'm like, yo, this nigga's a genius. You don't want no girl who's close to our family. Anyways,
like what does
everybody's
look
getting
like?
now, like the Bengal cats with the
He's like, yeah, you know, my cat, Chasey.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Ladies,
I'm not gonna lie, I understand where they're coming from though. Because if I was a girl and you know what I'm saying, a nigga had a cat, because cats are really evil as well, especially to women, because they do piss on women's shit. So a cat, if you are a girl and you have a boyfriend, the cat will piss on your shit. And so I do understand what they're talking about.
And I had a boy cat, and every time I had company over at the house, this motherfucker would come, be on my lap, be behind the dude head, all type of shit. He was a little hater. He was.
Yeah, cats are really evil as well, but dogs are just dangerous.
But I don't think you should be judged. That's just like a guy. I dated a guy who had plants.
I think you should be judged. Cause
he had plants, and at first I'm like, this ain't this nigga shit. But he was. It's a different type of guy.
Yeah, I might have plants in my house. I gotta see if that's beneficial health wise.
Motherfuckers alive. I'm sure it is though. Let's see what he gotta say.
the cat dad, respectfully, I'm about sick of y'all running your mouths about cat dads. You know what I'm talking about? Men with cats. Y'all find it unappealing and weird. Okay? I just need y'all to hush. Shout out to Lala for respecting the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not her fault that she's allergic to cats, but at least she respects the game of it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of men just being relegated to having dogs and horses as pets to stay masculine, right? Cats are baby tigers and panthers. You know what I'm saying? Hunters in the crib with me, killers. You know, I happen to be living with two cats. One is African American, and the other one has a tuxedo on. That's who I'm living with, Dapper and Midnight. Okay? And you women are like, man, that sounds attractive when a man gets a cat. It's weird. Y'all weird. How about that? Y'all weird. You should be impressed that a man can live with creatures that are complex and temperamental, and we can still vibe with them and take care of them. That should be a green flag for you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to be checking for cat dads. Because the dog dads, a lot of them ain't shit. They dogs. They dogs. Right? But cats, man, complex, just like women. Complex creatures, just like women. You know what I'm saying? The nuances, the moves, the vibes. You know what I'm saying? We out here taking care of these mugs. The perm, I would grab Midnight right now, but he gonna trip. Come here. Come here. Come here. See, he ran. He's a chump. And cats don't do what you want them to do all the time. A dog would. Dogs are pleasers. I can't even grab the cats to show you I got a cat right now. But listen up, man. Ladies, stop acting like cats are a deal breaker. They're not. When you really like a guy, you don't care if he got cats or not. If you really like him, you're going to put up with them cats. Matter of fact, my ex is the one that got me these cats. And she's allergic to cats. She still got me the cats. Okay, so let's cut the shit. When you really feeling a guy, a cat ain't no deal breaker. Even if you're scared of him for some silly reason, or if you're allergic, you're going to put up with it. All right? We doing just fine in the women department. All three of us men in here, my cats are males. We doing just fine with the ladies. Okay, so Kelly, Sierra, respectfully, shut y'all married asses up. You already got your men. Don't worry about the other men out here in the field. Thank you very much. Cat dads, stand up.
He owns a cat.
Well,
That nigga was actually speaking facts. Like, first off, like niggas with dogs, like it's easy to have a dog and have it semi-trained. Most people don't even train their dogs; they just lock them in cages. Anyways, like a nigga having a dog, that's not even anything. A cat, you know what I'm saying? Somebody has a cat and they're a male and they're trained because it's not easy to train cats, especially on command. Like I got my cats. This nigga, he couldn't even call his own cat. Like his cat don't even do what he want to do. Like first off, nigga, how you got a cat and it don't do what you want to do? Something's wrong. Well, he got a male cat, so you got to do him differently. But you know what I'm saying? Like if you have somebody and they have a cat and it's well trained, because cats, like you said, are complex, evil beings. Like dogs are simple.
I've never seen cats trained.
Exactly.
My boy got these cats trained.
No,
I ain't never seen. Cats don't listen to their name, none of that. Both these cats listen to their name, and he got these niggas trained.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I've been with these cats since they was, little, you know what I'm saying? Since they was babies, though, you know what I'm saying? But, these niggas, like he said, like, cats are really complex. Like, cats have, like, if things don't go their way, they act out. They piss on things. They hiss on things. They hide and they ignore you. They don't respond to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is shit that cats do. Like, you got some people who, they can't, if you're a girl and you go by somebody's house and their cat is good, that's a green flag. You know what I'm saying? If you go by somebody's house and their dog is good, that's what dogs do. He probably got a golden retriever. It's only really impressive if it's like a pit bull. But me, my cats, you know what I'm saying? The way I got them trained, this is a green flag. For the girls out there who may be against that. What do you think? You think? What about you? Are you against that, or you think most women are against cat niggas? Over dog niggas?
I think I have heard this. And
what?
Yeah, that if a girl find out a guy got a cat, they will treat him like a short nigga. You know what I'm saying? They just think it's weird. They feel like you're not supposed to be able to take care of anything like that. That's why girls think that guys who have plants are weird. Guys ain't supposed to just take care of. Oh, that's like what's this nothing? What are you talking about? To me, those are green flags because it does take a lot, to deal with a cat. And like he was explaining all that, like that is like, I don't want to say like a woman, but like everything that you said that cats can do, like, to learn and maneuver these things and know how to live with this in your house,
Exactly. Like,
yeah. And that's even with plants. Like, a nigga that got plants, I can't take care of no damn plants. My mother gave me a plant in water one time. The motherfucker still died. I mean, I don't know.
You could give them light.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I've had several, and I just can't keep the motherfuckers alive. So,
You probably could in this house.
I probably could. I'm willing to try.
Yeah.
I'm sick and fucking tired of you 2020 kids fucking crying about the little shit like we never did. Y'all a bunch of little punks. Egos can't be controlled. See your parents working hard, but you can't do what you're told. Give me this, give me that. All my life couldn't be worse, but your room is disgusting. Why don't you get that clean first? Man, I swear I'm fucking over it. They never satisfied. Always asking for some money or a motherfucking ride. Can't recall the last time that I had a thanks, mom, while I'm working my ass off at my motherfucking job. That's alright. This the last straw. I'm leaving shit alone, but I'm taking all your Apple products soon as you get home. I'm sick and fucking tired.
Wow, that was creative, I guess.
Facts that she spits, because they do be asking for shit and be ungrateful as hell, entitled, expecting what they expect. Don't say when I was growing up. Yeah, put it back on. When I was growing up.
I was doing that for me.
I said put it back on.
Oh,
I ain't done yet. The border back on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I was growing up, we had to say thank you. When my mother cooked dinner and she fixed our plate, we had to say thank you that she cooked. We couldn't just eat and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I understand we want to do our kids better than we were done, but they are entitled as hell from a young age. They are. I started to tell a story, but I'm gonna decide not to.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing. But it's because it's just the generation. Gen Z is the most entitled generation of all time, niggas complain about the life now. Like, oh, it's so hard. It's so much harder to do everything. This is what niggas in this generation say. Oh, it's hard to get a job. It's hard to do this. It's hard to that. And they're always glazing like the past, as if the past is better. So niggas are unappreciative how good they really have it. Just all of us, we all have it good. Now, especially if you're young, you have it good now, better than your grandparents and your parents did. This is a fact. So the generation, we need to be more appreciative, and we need to be told to be more appreciative. I think you need to tell niggas like yo, you ought to be appreciative of this, because some people don't know that they need to be appreciative. Really, like honestly, you know what I'm saying? So.
And I don't see nothing wrong with saying it, because I'll say something like, even if I won't say nothing then, because I'm the type, I am a firecracker, so I can't always speak my opinion at the time when I feel that way, But I'll say something later like, I done slaved over this meal, I done did this, or I had to go to 3 stores to get this, like, dang, you ain't even couldn't say thank you, or do you realize that, the kitchen was immaculate before you came in there and messed it up again and just left this, like, you do have to, because if you sit back and be like, well, I shouldn't have to, okay, you're going to be sitting there with your motherfucking feeling hurt. You're going to be sitting there mad as a motherfucker all the time because people are not mind readers.
Yeah. So the Shade Room Black Excellence, Michael Jai White becomes the first non-Asian to win Bruce Lee Award, this is unbelievable. Last night I was honored to receive the prestigious Bruce Lee Award at the AWFF. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Shannon Lee, Shannon Lee, Bruce's daughter, who heads the Bruce Lee Foundation, is also a longtime friend and Wushu classmate on mine, I think you can say of mine, who's made me the first non-Asian to receive the award. Why? So that mean like non-Asian, like outside of the country of Asia, like that is pretty insane.
Oh, I thought they meant
like Asian, because like Bruce Lee, he was born in America. Do they mean like Asian looking, or do they mean like Asian, like they giving this to niggas who was born in China? I don't know.
Think
I don't know.
Born in China. I think Asian
descent.
He
was from Hong Kong. Yeah. To receive the award, first non-Asian to receive the award. Her father was and is the greatest and most inspirational martial artist to have walked the earth. This is a fact. This honor is the most heartfelt award I could ever receive. I don't know who Tony, Emmy, or Oscar. That's funny. But I damn sure know Bruce Lee. Okay. That's actually true. I think Oscar might have been a real person. Emmy, and I don't know who Tony is. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Do you know this man?
Michael Jai White. Yeah.
Do you know him? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I should have known you know him.
He said that he would win a fight against Bruce Lee, which is, I'm surprised that he actually got the award, because niggas were literally so pissed that he just stated facts, because Bruce Lee was like 5'2" or something, and this nigga's a big nigga. Like I don't know how you can disagree with that, but you know what I'm saying? That's really great for him, because he is a real life martial artist in real life. He really does this martial arts shit. So, and he's black as well, so this is also very cool. And Michael Jai White, he's just a real nigga. I mean, I don't know who
amazing
does it, like,
movies. If you don't know, I mean, you should know. He's been around for a while.
I seen that movie when I was a kid, The Prison.
Yeah, and look how good he's still moving. Now there was Jean-Claude Van Damme, who used to be like this back in the day, and he like never really stopped making movies. Kind of like Sylvester Stallone, and how he's all slow and shit now. You know what I'm saying? Or like Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That nigga, he was up until
that's how he was. But this guy has been around for so long. He's still moving with the same stride. He still looks absolutely amazing. I ought to follow him on Instagram. I wonder what the fuck he eating. What type of secrets he know? I'm gonna have to look his ass up and follow him. But
what movie is this from? I forgot. Like, this from, is it Step Brothers? I don't know. That movie is a classic.
With that, once you go black, you never go back bullshit, okay? I have gone black, and I have successfully come back a few times, I might add, and I have been married to the same white woman for almost 10 years now. And let me tell you, there is not a single day that goes by where I don't regret it deeply. You know what my food tastes like? Nothing. You know what's in my seasoning cabinet? Nothing. Salt. That's it. We got salt for seasoning. It's not enough. It's not enough. The same fucking salt shaker lasts us a whole fucking year. I got a white-ass wife, white-ass kids, white-ass life. Nothing has flavor. We are so white. And I don't appreciate you reminding me in my videos about how white we are and the life that I could have had if I stuck to my guns and dealt with, yeah, a little bit more drama, perhaps a little bit more attitude, but I was down for it. It was fun. Here I am with the same fucking tasty food every day. The same fucking food every day. Happy Halloween. Kiss me with that once you...
So, I wanted to watch that because I was very triggered by that video. I was very triggered by that video. And I was very offended because my food is nasty. My food is bland. I cannot, season worth of shit. And the only thing that was in my cabinet was pepper and seasoning salt before, Chef Master learned how to cook for himself and has all of these seasonings to, play with that I still be fucking up on. You know what I'm saying? And I eat the same nasty ass, bland ass food every goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? And my food is it's so bad. Okay, so what I know how to cook, I know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? What I eat different. So what I eat, I do know how to cook. But my food, it do be bland. Like, it be a hit and a miss and more misses than hits. And, yeah, it's so bland where sometimes when I eat other food that has flavor, sometimes it's too much flavor for me. I thought this was funny, but I was very triggered by that. So I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, bland food is the way to go. It's the only way to go, you know what I'm saying? If you're not eating your food bland, then you eating the food wrong, you know what I'm saying? But if he doesn't want his food to be bland, he should eat out or season himself or just tell her, like, your food is fucking trash, Sometimes you gotta be honest, yeah.
Growing up in Milwaukee, it was the culture that I love. Like, we all about getting dressed. We get dressed like in our flyest wear and walk up and down the street. Literally, like, we'll walk up and down the street and just dap people up just because we look good. The food is way better than down south. I just miss it. The house parties. My partner used to throw house parties. Used to be so lit. They had like a Project X type party. Everybody was just lit. You go up in there, girls twerking on top of the dresser, people jumping off the roof. It was crazy. I feel like Milwaukee shaped me, like, in a lot of ways, but definitely my tough exterior. You deal with a lot of stuff, people criticizing you and judging you for everything you do, and I feel like I don't fold to that type of stuff because of where I was raised. Growing up in Milwaukee, it was the culture.
What do you think about that?
Facts. Shout out 53206. But the house parties, like, I ain't been to a house party in a while, but for real, the house parties go down. Like, I ain't saying we footworking like Chicago or no shit like that, but I'm talking about, like, we would have house parties for weekends, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. Like people think Milwaukee or Wisconsin is nothing to do here. Man, y'all see this shit on the internet. Y'all see some stuff on the internet, but look at all things. Don't just looking at the dancing and the Kia boys and stuff like that. It's a lot of shit to do here. And, yeah.
Yeah, she sound like she from down south. Like, she sound like she from Atlanta.
She down there now, so I don't think she been down there long enough to pick up an accent, but she 100%.
That's what the accent sound like to me, though.
Yeah, she. I wouldn't say she down there. I wouldn't say she in Atlanta.
What year? I don't know if the food is, like, smacking more than other places. I've never been to any other places. Like, I don't even know. I couldn't even be like, oh, we do this here and we don't do this over here, because I literally don't even fucking know. I never even been anywhere. But, it probably is better than, all the other places, because,
I've
I
had
was
some
born
good
here.
food a lot of different places. I'm very funny when it comes to, even though I can't season, I got a very bougie taste bud. So,
Yeah.
I've had good food a lot of different places.
Year does somebody have to be born to be considered old?
2001. It's just like an old age. Like I'm 2006, so 1995 they'd be 30 because they're hitting mid of their life.
At what year does somebody have to be born to be considered old?
2004. 2001. That's like what, like 20 something?
At what year does somebody have to be born to be considered old?
If your year starts with 19 anything. If you can't say, oh, I was born in 2000, you're old.
Hey, well, what year does somebody have to be born to be considered old?
Before 1995. I ain't gonna lie. You made 30 this year. The president was like Bill Clinton. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You over age.
Man, fuck these kids. You got me tight? Fuck every last one of you. I hope all of y'all get stuck in a stick shift in neutral on top of a hill going downward rapidly. Ain't none of y'all gonna know what the fuck to do in a stick shift. Half of you don't even know what a stick shift is. Some of you old niggas can't drop a stick shift either, but neither here nor there. I hope you get slapped in the head with a Barry Manilow CD. Y'all think y'all so goddamn young, but every one of y'all look older than every 50-year-old I know, including me. Fuck you. I'm just bullshit. We don't give a fuck about y'all.
What year does somebody have to be born to be considered?
Yeah, they were all speaking facts.
Whoa.
It was all truth. Like everything was truth. I couldn't even believe it. But yeah, so it goes. I'll say 2002 2003. I'll say me. Yeah, pretty much 2003. I said 23. You know, if you're 23, like me. You know what I'm saying? You're old nigga.
So if you're 26, you're old. Not grown. You old.
Well, of course, yeah, you're really old if you're 26. You're like you're a man at that point. You got a wife and kids damn near. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I would say this is accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like we look, once you hit 22, like you start to feel like you don't feel like no young nigga no more. Like you don't feel like no young nigga, man. You just don't. Like
when you hit 22,
cause let me explain. Cause let me explain. Culturally speaking, once you hit 22, the shit that these young niggas is doing is so disconnected from you that you stop being young. Like these niggas are listening to Nine Vicious. These niggas are playing Fortnite, and they're playing Fortnite like the trash Fortnite. These niggas are these are young. The shit that these niggas are doing, I'm not doing. So you know, me, my generation, I feel disconnected from these young niggas. You know what I'm saying? The way that we walk, talk. So I feel like the culture aspect, the shit that niggas who are 18, 19, 20, and the shit that they're into, and the shit that, you know, saying me, us, you know, niggas, our generation, we into different shit. You know what I'm saying? So am I an old nigga? I mean, you gotta understand though, for niggas my age, like Gen Z niggas, like how we perceive being old and young is so distorted from or perverted from what everybody else throughout all the time in history has considered old young, because we have the internet. You know what I'm saying? So we're like, oh, this nigga, he's 25, he's an old nigga. I mean, we can't help it because we've been saying this since we was fucking kids. You know, since we was 15, we've been calling niggas old. So now that we the age, we can't just like retroactively, oh no, I'm not old now because I'm 22. If I would have called myself old when I was fucking 19, I'm like, that nigga 23, that nigga's old. I'm still an old nigga. That's just how the game works, you know what I'm saying? But I think what they gotta realize is that I feel like we accept the fate, like I don't know about the men, I mean the women, but the men, we desire to be old. Not all of us, but those of us who are in that look maxing space, in the black pill space, and the manosphere space, we know that once you are a man, you get older, you level up. Everybody knows that. When you're a man, you're in your 20s, you're not at your peak form until you get to like 28, 20. That's when you have the most money. That's when your beard grows out. That's when you hit the physical peak. You know what I'm saying? So niggas like me, you know what I'm saying? I like being 22, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, I want to get stronger. You know, maybe grow some more facial hair, maybe get some white hair. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just, you know, I'm not looking forward to what's coming as far as me being older, especially if I maintain shape, which I plan on doing unless, I don't know, some extreme physical injury or something.
I feel like any young person feels that people 2-3 years older than them is old. You know, because when I was 23, when I was 23, I knew a guy who was dating a lady who was 28. And I was like, you dating that old ass lady, you know what I'm saying? That old ass lady, that don't make no motherfucking sense. You dating this grandma, you know, type stuff, you know. And I really thought that was old. And my goddaughter's mother, I think I was like 24 at the time, and she was 18, and she used to call me old all the time. She's like, you're old ass, you you know. And I told her, I said, okay, you think that's old? I said, but when you graduate, you're gonna go to sleep one day and you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be 23 years old. And when she turned 23, she said, you sure ain't lying. That shit happened so quick. when you get an age, you realize the age that you thought was old is not really old. To me, I never thought. I think old is like how you act. Like me, I'm old. I've been old since I was 20 years old, so I don't give a damn about being old. I've been old since I was 20, literally.
And I think, it just life just seemed more expanded post COVID. It just seems everything seems longer, at least for me. So I don't know how that plays into the age thing, because something that happened 5 years ago felt like 10 years ago. Now I graduated in 2021, but 2020, that year just felt so like long, and just every year after that just felt like it's such a long time away,
How much better can I show my love for you and say I do. How much better can I?
Oh, okay, they were sisters. Okay.
Never am I the bitch that's gonna share my time, my moment, my motherfucking day. I don't give a fuck who it was. That could have been my mama, and my daddy was ready to ask to marry her or renew the vows. Not on my goddamn day. You ain't gonna do it at the wedding. You ain't gonna do it at the reception. You ain't gonna do it in the parking lot when the fuck we going home. You better say that shit for another motherfucking day. This is my day and my day only. Me and my husband's. This ain't our day. This ain't gonna be a day where I'm celebrating my wedding and you gonna be remembering the day you. No. I ain't with that shit at all. So that's cool because the bride planned that and turned around and all of that. Me, myself, I'm not doing it. And if at my wedding, all of a sudden, or reception, all of a sudden, the motherfucker bend down and get a knee, I'm walking right the fuck over there in my wedding dress, lifting the motherfucker up with the trail and say, we ain't doing that here. Not here. Say that shit for another day. I'm acting as ignorant as fuck. So anybody who coming to the wedding, know this. Don't do this shit on my time. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and you know why these niggas are also, I'm an old nigga compared to these young niggas. These niggas, they didn't grow up playing no Xbox 360. Like, these niggas was playing the Xbox. Like, they don't know what it was like to not have internet and then to go by somebody's house and see them having internet for the first time. You know what I'm saying? These niggas, we're not the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old nigga, basically, compared to these young niggas.
You know what a VCR tape is.
Exactly. Big back TV, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But walking mans, put the disc up in there, put the headphones in there. Like, that shit was around when I was 5. I seen niggas with it. I seen the disc. The disc, and you listen to music through the disc. Yeah, all that shit.
I'm being honest, bro. I don't think anybody in this generation could have played like 20 years ago. If I'm being 100, and this is to everybody in our league, Tatum, all y'all. Let me tell y'all something, bro. 20 years ago, bro, you couldn't get to a triple step back. And then if you shot that shit, it had to go in. You know why? Because we had efficiency back in the day, my dude, and it was so fucking hard. It was too physical. And guess what? The league had to come off of it for the flow of movement to be able to have scoring go up, which is why we like to sit here and watch kind of the rat race of the high-paced game, right? But, bro, let's not talk about the gamemanship, and let's not talk about the physicality of the game back then. I only think half these kids in the league could have been on an NBA team 20 years ago. The locker room was too grown. David Stern did a great job of taking all of the physicality out of the game. Freedom of movement means freedom of movement. The levels in which you had to be not only strong enough, but skilled enough to get by this in front of you. You understand? And then, they ain't never seen a 6'7" Rodman guard you. Bro, I see you. And you know, you're in the scout report. We know you go left. We know you can finish right, but you go left to pull up. Bro, everybody knows. Bro, watching the games back then, the Isaiah Thomases and the Dumars, man, Dumars shut Jordan down. Bro, they was coming to the lane, bro. You might get your nose broke trying to dunk. You understand? Dwayne Wade broke Cole's nose in the All-Star game. Man, bro, it's just different. It was very different back then, bro. Nobody in this era could have played 25 years ago.
So this reminds me of Fortnite. Like, every season of Fortnite, they drop a new season and they change everything about it and they pretty much make it worse. And then you reminisce about things that can never be. Like, damn, I wish I can play Fortnite season 1. I wish I can go back to season 2. I wish I can go back to season 3. This is like me with the NBA. Like, I wish I could see, the shit in real time. You know what I'm saying? But now I can only see it retroactively. But this is like truth. Like, this is why it's just so, idiotic how, it's really mostly LeBron fans who do this. You know what I'm saying? They like take things from the past and they bring them today, and they say this nigga couldn't survive in the league today. I'm like, what the fuck are you niggas talking about? You realize like back in the day, like 50s on to like 80s, 90s, like there were certain things that you can do, like the gather step that we seen Giannis do. Like nigga, you had to have the ball down. You couldn't go like this, like dribbling like that. You couldn't take 3 steps. Like they were extremely strict about the hand movements. You couldn't even do crossovers and shit like that until relatively recently. Like it's crazy how niggas, it works like this. Well, I feel like, maybe because when I was like looking into music, I've like, okay, let me look into the old music and then how it affects the new music. I feel like if I'm gonna look into something in an art form and be interested, I'm gonna look into the history of it and how it got to the point. I feel like if you're into the NBA, like you should know how it evolved to the point where it's at now, and not look on the past, try to disrespect the old niggas when they were playing a literal tougher game. Like he said, like in the 90s, 80s, like I didn't realize this, but like nigga, the reason why niggas be getting scored on is because you can't like touch a nigga in the NBA. Like you can't touch that nigga or you will get a foul. Like you could do anything back in the day in the 90s. Like you, and this is undeniable. This is facts. I can't really add on to nothing that KG said because he's just speaking on the facts. But yeah, he's right. These niggas who play today, they would not survive back in the day because things were tougher. They had to play all 82 games. They weren't getting dick sucked and they weren't getting paid millions of dollars. Like the niggas nowadays don't care about the teams. They don't care about the franchise. They don't care about anything besides, parlaying and working for the mob. You know what I'm saying? These niggas don't care about the game like that. They're not in it for anything, I feel like, beyond themselves. I feel like these niggas are really just money hungry, stat padding niggas who want to make themselves look good. They don't give a fuck about the team, none of that shit. But us, we are winning this year. You know what I'm saying? But
not just to play and all the.
I didn't understand.
Hey, nigga, like my comment, real nigga. I'm making a video about it. I have to.
Didn't listen to it recently. I didn't know that you don't know. You have no idea who you are to a woman until you know how you're saved in her phone. Guys, every man in here, we are not ready for the names, for the shorthand. You know how when you save a name, it goes first, last, company? They using that line too. We are not ready to find out how we are saved in the phone. Telling, that's what telling is. I wish I was wrong. I wish it was just me. I wish it was just me getting bullied in other women's phones. These are my friends. These are people I've known for years, and then they saved me some type of way and just never changed it. Years ago, this is why I first had a hunch. Years ago, I was with a friend, and we were hanging out. This has to be like 12, maybe even 15 years ago. We were hanging out, and she lost her phone. So she was like, can you call it for me? And so I call it. And look, we had never been romantic, And we had decided a long time ago to just be friends, right? And calling. I'm hearing a little. And then I find it in between the couch cushions, and my name saved in her phone was Nope. Guys, we're not ready. I didn't understand this until...
Really fascinating. I think it goes both ways. I think dudes save women under things in their phone as well. At least I seen niggas. It was this one nigga who he was this black and Puerto Rican nigga. He was a psychopath, but you know he had bitches. That nigga had plenty bitches. I mean that nigga had plenty bitches, but he had them all saved under different things. And I had seen that one of them had called and he had her name saved under something, and it was so hilarious. But yeah, this is crazy.
I know women for sure, and I got this bad. Like, I got all type of shit in my phone. I got don't answer, lame ass nigga. I got punk motherfucker. I got pressure. I had somebody saved under 10 inches. Like yeah. I never call people by I got a nickname for every goddamn body. You know, so I got all type of shit. If you're saved under your name in my phone, it's a problem. It's a problem. Like, yeah. So I thought that this was funny as fuck because it's true. I was I ain't gonna tell that story.
Giannis
You know the NBA, they might flag.
dancing in the mid-range, finding a cutting AJ Green.
And that's the key. Giannis, Giannis is down, Lisa. Doesn't look good.
When I sent that to you, I thought it was so hilarious because as soon as he did that, the first thing I thought about was LeBron James. Because he was nobody around. Like, I was thinking about a fake injury, so that was funny to me.
Yeah. You see my bit? Whoa, I got 5 activity for this? No. Oh, this was all niggas. Yeah, it's crazy how niggas try to argue with me about things in TikTok comment section. Like, TikTok, I'm TikToking like every day, man. I got a TikTok and put my shit out there. Just like YouTube videos. I'm going to do a TikTok, YouTube video. I'm going to do both. Like, I'm going to make the TikTok video and then I'm going to make the YouTube video. Because BRS, that's what he do. He basically recycle the shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck was I had? Hold on. Alright, so basically, did you know that like Ohio and Michigan like had beef? Like
what?
Yeah, apparently.
Really?
There's like a sports team in Michigan, and they're like whooping those like Ohio niggas ass. Apparently, Ohio and Michigan are right next to each other. Like I didn't know that as well, but it makes sense. When I think about Michigan, I only think about Michigan over here, and I think about us. You know, it's kind of weird, but yeah. So, you know, this is, or I guess this is Michigan, this is us, and you know, there's a lake between us, and then, or this is Ohio right here. But first off, they're talking about sports. So college football, the Michigan niggas, they whoop the Ohio niggas ass like every time. And Ohio niggas, they're like really desperately like they want to get revenge on those Michigan niggas, but they never will, basically. Whoa. So
okay.
As far as this rivalry go, well, first off, before let's just separate it from football. Let's talk about Ohio and Michigan. I feel like it's on like one thing you said. Would you rather live in Ohio as a Midwest? Oh, well, you were born in the Midwest, right? So as a Midwesterner, would you rather live in Ohio or Michigan if you had to go somewhere else besides Wisconsin?
I would rather live in Ohio because there's a lot of real niggas in Ohio, and I would not want to live in Michigan.
Facts.
Nah.
Exactly. Me, I'd rather live in Ohio. I feel like anybody would rather live in Ohio. I feel like Ohio, as far as Midwest states go, that has to be like the best state, right? Like, or it's the one that has 3 cities over a population of 100,000. You know, they got Columbus, they got Cleveland, they got some other place out there. You know, and that's the one that the most people are moving to. Like, everybody is moving to Ohio. It's really crazy. And Columbus, that city has really took off in like the past 10 years. So as far as like development goes, Ohio as a state is doing really good. Michigan, you know, I don't think those niggas are doing good over there in Michigan. Like, shout out to Michigan, but
shout out.
Michigan is like rough, right? Ain't the whole state like
nice
rough?
Prices at the dispensary, I heard.
Oh yeah, but when I think of Michigan, I think about rough like state. I think like the whole state is rough. I don't know if you from Michigan. Tell me, is the whole state rough,
like
or
Detroit,
it's just parts?
Michigan, right?
Yeah, but
Michigan,
Detroit, Michigan, Flint, it's a whole
like,
bunch of places. But like, I'm thinking like, what the fuck do they do in Michigan? So I know we make cheese here, and I know Michigan. What do they do in Michigan? They gotta have some sort of export. Like, I wonder, like, cause I know like each one of us, one of the Midwest states. We gotta have something. And I wonder what the fuck do they put out of Ohio? Like I don't. I think Ohio. I know they got farms and shit in Ohio, but like, if you from Michigan, like, do y'all have farms out there? I know we got plenty of farms here. You drive outside of, you go up north, you gonna see a farm like instantly. That's all it is out there. What do y'all have in Michigan? Like, do y'all have farms?
Motown.
Nah, that's in Atlanta now.
No, I'm just being an ass. Like,
oh yeah, but as far as the foot team, who would you root for? Ohio or Michigan
Ohio,
football
because
team?
like I said, it's real niggas in Ohio.
Oh no, football. I'm rooting for Michigan. I'm rooting for the Michigan team.
Nah, I'll go with the underdog. I like to support underdogs anyway, but like I said, it's real niggas in Ohio, so I go with Ohio, even though they are the underdog.
Yeah, but as far as music though, Michigan obviously makes better music than Ohio. But Ohio, they do have the Isley Brothers and 21 Pilots and what's those other niggas' name? Earth, Wind and Fire. You know what I'm saying? So they got the shit when it comes to music. But Michigan, I'm not gonna explain why, because we already know what that is. But so the Cowboys, they was about to lose to these niggas, the Eagles, and they managed to. Did you hear about this?
Mm-mm.
They managed to pull a Tom Brady style comeback like he did against those Hawk niggas. Oh, and play music. When somebody, okay, so let's say somebody was talking about music, right? And it was like, oh yeah, the song "Creep." All right, so when you heard it say the song "Creep," what pops into your head?
When
somebody's like, oh yeah, the song "Creep." No, it's this song called "Creep." What do you think about?
I mean, I know the song, but if you ask me what I think about, I think about Jeepers Creepers. If you ask me what I think about.
Oh, so if somebody was like, so if he was like on the game show and it was like, the popular song "Creep" contains what lyrics? What would you instantly go to?
I'm a creep.
Oh, you would go to Creep? You wouldn't go to the TLC one? Oh, real nigga, because I'm thinking like, who the fuck think about the TLC Creep song? Like, what is wrong with y'all niggas?
Oh
nigga,
shit, I forgot all about. My fault, TLC.
Yo, it's
Shout
only,
out to y'all, but
it's only one Creep, bro. TLC, I love TLC. So boy, I Creep. That's one of the greatest songs of all time. Nigga, have you heard Creep? Nigga, the real Creep, the vocals, the ending, the piano part, the end. Oh my god.
Playlist be on repeat.
Bro, Creep is really fire. Creep,
Listen to
like
this
real
with
Creep.
earbuds.
Exactly. Like
Oh
Creep.
my gosh.
That's like Radiohead. I would never glaze Radiohead, but Creep, that's like the best song.
So I Creep. Oh my gosh. I would never have thought that song. Never. I would never have thought that song ever.
So Little Uzi came back. He dropped new music. So how do you feel about that?
I'm not a fan of Uzi.
Me, I'm not a fan of Uzi either. And I'm always gonna bring this up. I'm never gonna hold this out. You niggas, y'all were not Playboy Cardi fans. Y'all were Uzi fans. Y'all only hopped on the train after a whole lot of red. Back when Die Lit dropped back in 2018, 2019, niggas used to be made fun of for listening to Playboy Cardi by Uzi fans. Niggas like me, when I was bumping that Cardi, when I was bumping that shit, niggas, y'all Uzi Glazers and y'all Juice WRLD Glazers and y'all XXXTentacion Glazers, y'all thought y'all niggas was so high and mighty. Now look how the times have changed. Look what my nigga's doing right now. He's the best rapper, like he just said in this video. And hold on, wait. My Spotify Wrapped. My
I didn't even look at mine.
Mine was Cardi music.
What?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm about to make a video about that. After this TikTok, because this nigga liked my comment, and I'm like, these niggas keep liking my comment. I gotta make a video about it. 70 likes, like what?
Well, I wasn't trying. Let's see, but this is it, right? We're doing the show. Is this the list?
Mm-hmm. You gotta keep scrolling down.
I'm really curious about my fucking number one.
Oh, I think you'll go back and they'll like show it off.
Oh yeah,
for
that's
you,
what I want to. I
think.
just want to see. I'm nervous because I get in a zone where I listen to one song over and over, and I might do that
They got it all on
forever.
the side like that. They show all your shit. You gotta read the thing and see what you want to know the top song.
Yeah, I do. Shit, Shut up. They saying this my number one song. Where I don't like that. Last year it said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I ain't got time for all that foolishness. Damn, that was my top song. Yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. Acting Up, man. I must have been clowning off of Acting Up, man. I thought that was.
Yeah.
I was getting ready for my birthday off of that song.
All right, so this is crazy. So this is the mom. This is the dad.
What the fuck?
And this is the fucking.
Oh.
And this is the product. A small wolf dog.
But.
So yeah, the question is, how do you think that they had sex? Like, how did this transpire? I think it was like freaky deaky, or like this was artificial. Like he was like, "Yo, fuck that bitch," you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I think it was probably artificial because, what was she, sleep or something, or did she really take that just land? Like even if she was
confusing.
moving around, how?
Yeah.
But my question is, did they take it upon themselves to do this, or did they talk to like a vet or any dog person to see if this mix was okay and if they would have a healthy product from it?
This dog probably cost
What?
$10,000.
Oh, yeah, that's a cutie pie. Oh, I still don't fuck with dogs, but that is very cute.
Yeah, but you know, all dogs are made. You know, a dog is
but
just
some
less
are
evolved, or
like I think about the
man-made
ones who
wolf.
can't go on airplanes because the height and the altitude, and you know, so it's just different.
Some
little
dogs are
stuff.
garbage, like pugs. Those
Yeah.
are literal garbage dogs.
So I was just curious about that.
Oh yeah, did you know that like us, we say it's like, is it pajamas or pajamas or something like that? You know what I'm talking? Which one is it? That people in Milwaukee said like pajamas, but nobody else in the Midwest said like that.
Really?
Yeah, like it's Milwaukee, and then like it's crazy. Like they have a language map, and it's like, do you say it this way or do you say it that way? This way or this way?
We talked about something like that in high school.
Yeah, and niggas in Milwaukee and niggas now, they say like pajamas or one of those words like that, and then everybody else in the Midwest and like the other places, they say it's the same thing with like soda, and some niggas say pop or some goofy shit like that. You know, niggas have different ways of saying different things.
Our teacher was curious about auntie. She never heard that.
Oh yeah, auntie. That's it.
Yeah.
That's auntie. Yeah, they don't say auntie.
And
That's
like,
I think that's literally
auntie?
it. I think that's literally it.
It was
Auntie,
like,
auntie.
she say
You're right. You're
aunt.
right.
Like,
That's
no,
auntie.
it's
Yes,
auntie.
auntie. Auntie is a Milwaukee thing. Like niggas don't say auntie
like
in
aunt.
Chicago and Detroit. They don't say auntie outside of Milwaukee. Which is, I don't know why wouldn't you say auntie? Like what the fuck is wrong with you, my nigga?
Right.
That's weird. But anyways, this nigga, he's gonna put us on game on how, cause you know I am a native English speaker, but it's not something that you think of if you're an American. Like, oh, I'm a native English speaker, cause you know everybody speaks English. It's the biggest language in the world. You know what I'm saying? So it just seems normal. But you know, I forget that there's niggas who don't speak English. 'Cause I think it just makes sense. Like, why wouldn't anybody or everybody learn English? Like, if we speak it in America and that's what we make all our art.
Hard.
Yeah, that's crazy. They say it's hard, and I'm like, how is it hard? And then this nigga, he put me on game. So listen to this shit.
Americans really speak. It is nice out, snice out.
Nice out.
Will you call her? Will you call her?
Will you call her back?
I didn't even know. I didn't even know.
I didn't even know you applied there.
What did you order? What'd you order?
What'd you order?
It's different. It's different.
It's different.
I'll see you in the Captain English app. How American.
Crap. So we think about that.
Facts though. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's things that you don't even think about.
Exactly. Like, imagine trying to learn that shit. I can understand how niggas be fucking up.
Because it was something, I don't think I sent it to you, where they were saying, I don't want to mispronounce words, but they were basically talking about black language. And was it I forgot what the word was, but basically it was like a spin-off into another little, I had to look and show you, but it was really good. It was really good. That's why I got breaking it down.
Alright, so you know, me, I love Chicago, you know what I'm saying? So this nigga in Chicago, like set this girl on fire, like in real life. Like she was chilling The nigga pulled up with the shit and set her on fire. Like, this is real life shit.
Her father
I
is a
can't believe
college
shit.
professor of biblical studies. Cops say this lunatic poured gasoline over Bethany on a Chicago L train as she sat looking at her phone at 9:24 p.m. 7 days ago. Bethany tried to fight off her attacker and fled to the back of the train, but cops say the crazed man followed her with a lit bottle and set her ablaze.
This nigga's crazy. So basically, niggas are like, yo, this is like the Ukraine girl. Like, these niggas are crazy. And, you know, first, what do you think about this nigga?
He just hopped on the bus and picked the bitch?
Yes.
And I don't even know what to say because I was thinking like, okay, as soon as somebody start, you know, pouring something, your reaction will be to fight, which she did, and then like she fled, and this motherfucker followed her with this shit.
Yeah.
So you don't give a fuck who it was. You just knew you was setting the motherfucker on fire. What the fuck is that about?
Yeah, but you think like if you see a nigga trying to set somebody on fire, you got like an obligation to step in. A nigga stabbing a girl, I mean, I guess a nigga setting a girl on fire, like damn nigga, that's some extreme shit. Like you can at least take your shirt off and try to put the bitch out. Or something. You can't just sit there and watch somebody get set on fire. I mean, I don't know if you got to help in, but you at least got to help try to put her out. You know, pat her down or something. You know what I'm saying?
See, it depends. It depends because, like, we live in this state. And like you can defend yourself and stuff like that, and I mean I carry, so you know what I'm saying. Like if I was to jump in, I probably would have popped the motherfucker, you know.
Yeah, I think you can do that. In
I'd have popped the
you can
motherfucker in the leg or some shit like that to the best of my ability. I wouldn't try to, you know, of course, kill a motherfucker, but I think in some states, I'm not sure if it's here. I think it's here. I'll have to look it up once we're done with this. Where if something is happening, it's against the law for you if you don't try to intervene or stop it. Not that you have to jump in front of a bullet, but like if something is going on and an incident is happening and you just stand around and record, or you just stand around and don't try to intervene, it is against the law. You can be held liable.
Yeah, what do you think about niggas being racist in the comments?
I'm not surprised. I wouldn't even want to look in the comments to see what the fuck, because, you know, mental health is a real thing. But my thing is this. It sounds bad to say, but I'm going to say it. Take your shit out on whoever the fuck you take your shit out on. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you upset with. You know what I'm saying? Why innocent motherfuckers? And that person might be innocent too. But I hate to see any of this, period, but sometimes I've heard stories of like on Facebook Live where people are like, it was a guy who was walking or something, and this stupid ass motherfucker came up to him and asked him what his name was, and he said what his name was. He said, "Yeah, it's because of such and such, so and so," and he killed this man. You know, just random. You know, but he was upset with his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, wife, or whatever. Fuck, I'm not saying do that to her, but innocent people shouldn't suffer.
But so he was on the phone. He seen the nigga, asked for his name, and just killed the nigga.
Yeah, so he's.
Oh, yeah, I think I might have seen that.
You remember? It was something. Yeah, old man. It was something that was going on where he was already on some shit anyway. But it was like the next motherfucker. But like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, he probably was in Chicago as well. You know what I'm saying? But I don't mean to be biased, but I'm almost certain that nigga who did that video, who killed that old nigga, I'm almost certain he was from Chicago. I'm almost certain, but I could be wrong though. But that's might have just been what I heard, you know, from Cynthia G. But so this is really interesting. So what do you think about this? Do you think this is a white thing or a non-white thing or just a weird person thing?
Are we supposed to be?
No. Nothing else matters except for the action. So what do you think about? What do you think about what she just did?
That she rinsed off the pizza?
Yeah, and I'm assuming she's about to put it in the microwave.
So I don't see anything wrong with that, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why I don't see anything wrong with that is because you see how when she rinsed it off, it was still solid. It didn't fold or bend or anything like that. And what do I always say? Well, this don't help. But I was gonna say, what do I always say when you used to like try to microwave something, or you say something is this or something is that? I'm like, sprinkle a little water on it. Put it in the microwave. This will be okay. Sprinkle. You sprinkle.
And I realized that that's not how things work.
I mean, It is. You know, you got some rice or whatever that you're trying to warm up or whatever or eat, and it's a little hard or whatever. Just sprinkle a little water on and put it in the microwave. It'll be okay. The pizza was hard. If you put that hard pizza in the microwave, it's not gonna cook right. Sprinkle a little water on it. Now she sprayed the water on it and she dabbed it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the same thing. Sometimes you just sprinkle water on it, put it in the microwave, it'll be alright.
It's really fascinating that TikTok allows you to download other people's video, but it'll just automatically put a watermark over it. It's really genius. TikTok really did a lot for, you know, alright, so some cheese brands are getting recalled over Listeria and metal, I think, as well. From like Ohio or something. Right? Oh no, Boar's Head. No, this is a different cheese.
Indiana.
So it's a shredded cheese recall as well because of pieces of metal that may be in the shredded cheese. Which, I mean, I'm starting to not be against eating metal.
I was just about to say it
because apparently, like, you need like iron, and like ChatGPT said once you charcoal your food, like if you charcoal your food on the pan, that's metal. Like you eating iron, and then increases your iron intake. And I do need to eat more iron. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the only way. I need that metal, you know what I'm saying? But that's, you know.
Another grated cheese item sold under the brand Locatelli was also recalled, according to major retailers. No illnesses have been reported at this point, and anyone who purchased these products should definitely throw them out.
Well, I never heard of Boar's Head. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what that is. But.
Not go to the store and get a refund or contact the company, throw it out? Motherfucker, what about my money? Bitch, what you mean?
So this is crazy.
And lately, you've probably seen it. The viral human-like robot Rizbot is turning heads and racking up millions of views online.
You know, there's so much going on in Austin, so a lot of the festivals and conferences, you know, wherever there's like people outside congregating, where he can interact with people, you know, we've seen him out everywhere. So he's been a very busy Rizbot over the past few months.
According to the official Rizbot website, each robot costs upward of $15,000 to build. And now one of them is at the center of a lawsuit filed after a live stream with popular influencer Darren Jason Watkins Jr., better known online as I Show Speed.
Rizbot was doing his thing and rizzing, you know, and telling jokes and everything. And Speed, you know, became a little agitated.
The entire incident live streamed, racking up more than 780,000 views. The video shows Rizbot teasing Speed and Speed punching the robot less than 2 minutes into the stream.
It kind of resulted in him putting, you know, Rizbot in a headlock. You know, a couple of punches to the face, causing some damage. Threw Rizbot on one of like the beds, and you know the gears tried to autocorrect because it's a self-standing robot, so it tried to stand back up. He was pinning him down.
APD confirms it was called to the scene after the incident. Social Robotics, the company behind Rizbot, filed a lawsuit against Speed earlier this month.
There's two types of damages here. There's the actual damage to the physical property itself, the robot. Like I said, it was deemed a total loss. And so that has to be completely replaced, and you know the programming and everything as well. But also, you know, the big thing here was the value of some big missed opportunities that Social Robotics lost out on.
Rizbot also had to cancel an appearance with Mr. Beast and the NFL Today show as a result. Levine says the case touches on legal questions Texas lawmakers never imagined.
When a lot of the laws in Texas were developed, you know, decades, centuries ago, they could not anticipate for things like this to happen, right? So there's a lot of interesting questions going forward in terms of AI and property damage and what happens when people, you know, what's the true value of a robot and you know one that has programming personality and a social media following.
So I think we understand. So what do you think about this?
Now, regardless if it's AI, robot, whatever the case may be, it's still property that was damaged. Now, my context ain't always what they need to be, but did I see the robot punch Speed?
It was doing it. That's what it does. It does the thing. It was just acting out its program. That's what it.
But like, did it hit him, or are you saying that was like a wrestling thing where it was fake?
No, the robot does this.
Uh-huh.
Speed got in the vicinity of the robot can't hit him. The robot's just gonna act out the action. Speed got close enough for the action to physically
But it
touch
actually
him.
hit him. Okay,
Yeah, that's what you
it
meant.
actually hit him.
Yeah, I guess you could
Okay,
say
now
that.
did the
I would
hit
say that.
actually come before or after he attacked the robot?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, to me that matters. Now, if Speed was antagonizing it or whatever the case may be, regardless, that's property damage. But if I'm out and about, like how you just saw the clip and you saw the thing walking fast behind that guy, I'm not saying that it was walking for the guy or whatever, but when the guy turned around, he was took back. You know, he bent over, he started laughing because he was took back, and the robot or whatever was still there. Now, if it started fucking with him and he didn't want to be bothered, and I put my hands on this goddamn robot because somebody's behind it programming and fucking with me and talking about my hair and, you know what I'm saying, all of that type of shit, then I don't see nothing wrong with this motherfucker getting his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I was wondering when I was watching this, if this was a regular nigga, would they still sue? And probably not, but they would probably go for criminal charges. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that nigga's Speed is a retard. I don't know why he was throwing the robot on the floor. Like, it's not your robot, nigga. It's an expensive robot. You know, I mean, actions have consequences. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. Nobody can do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if, you know, Speed, because I don't know, he was with Mr. Beast. You know, and Mr. Beast, what wasn't they breaking something? I don't know. Maybe he was like breaking something when he was going on stream with somebody. I forgot. But you know, maybe he was thought that I don't know what the fuck he thought, but picking up a robot and throwing it on the floor like that costs thousands of dollars is crazy, nigga. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know what that nigga was thinking. That nigga was in the moment a little bit too much. That's like crashing a nigga's whip. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he's doing that, and it only makes sense that he will be should, or they will sue that nigga for quite literally damaging their robot, and they got him fix that shit. They got to repair that shit because that nigga was tripping. You know, and that nigga makes millions of dollars. So, yeah, get that bag off that nigga if he broke your shit. You know what I'm saying? It only make logical sense to me.
They gonna sue him more than for the $15,000. Of course, they gonna shoot because you heard her say the appearances that got canceled. I'm quite sure. I'm assuming they pay unless he come for free for advertising. I don't see how many people actually buying this fucking robot, but he gonna sue for a lot. Fuck.
This fucking is hilarious. This shit is so funny.
People weren't taking it, I would imagine. They couldn't take it. God bless you, Bobby. I hope I didn't catch COVID just there.
I don't think so badly of Rosie O'Donnell anymore. In fact, I'm actually starting to like Rosie a lot. We give state dinners to the heads of China. I say, why are you doing state dinners for them? They're ripping us left and right. Just take them to McDonald's and go back to the negotiating.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Listen, you ready? We have the president of Finland. Ask him a question.
I have one for him. I just wanted to follow up on the one that I asked you, which
Did
was,
you hear
what
me?
did you want
Did you
him
hear
to
me?
Yes,
Ask
sir.
him a question.
I will, but
I've given you a long answer. Ask this gentleman a question. Don't be rude. People weren't.
Fascinating is that you can tell 2020 from 2016 to 2025 based on how fat his face is. It's really amazing. He used to be really fat back in 2016. It's almost unbelievable.
They could.
I'm gonna just let you know one thing. The money. I'm gonna just let you know one thing. The money will change me.
The money will change me.
I'm gonna switch up on my day ones immediately.
Yeah, I will.
Cheers.
Forget who
Hey,
you are.
here's to a new life. I'm talking. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies, baby.
Yeah, man, this is how you do. You gotta Jay-Z these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Switch up. Are you switching up when you make money?
Shit, I switch up now. Shit,
Oh,
my
okay.
funny acting ass. Anybody who know me and fuck with me know I'm a funny acting ass motherfucker. I will cut motherfuckers off and go ghost on friends, family, relationships, all of that. I switch up.
Yeah, but the money will change me. You know what I'm saying?
But a girl was like, she likes mashed potatoes, but her family said that people of color don't eat mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving. I eat mashed potatoes, and I'm.
Do people or do people not eat mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving?
See, it depends because
'Cause I
certain
feel like it
people
literally only
in
makes sense.
certain
Like, how could you not?
cultures, you know, in certain communities,
Well, like black people or white people? I
don't
know
think
what those
so.
words mean.
Because when I was talking about making Thanksgiving, I don't eat all of that stuff that you see on everybody's table. I was talking about making pot roast, homemade mashed potatoes. And they was talking crazy. They say you don't eat mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving. You can't have pot roast either. If you have pot roast, homemade mashed potatoes, snap peas and stuff, that's a Sunday's dinner. That's not no Thanksgiving dinner. We ain't coming to your house eating no mashed potatoes and pot roast.
I think she's right. Like, yeah, you're supposed to eat like mashed potatoes on, like Thanksgiving. If you're not eating mashed potatoes,
on the
then
movies,
what the fuck is you
table
eating your gravy with? Like
gravy,
like gravy, turkey, mashed potatoes. Like, I don't know what's wrong with y'all niggas. Y'all niggas is eating wrong shit. Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
You know what you're not supposed to eat on Thanksgiving? Greens, right? You're not supposed to eat greens on Thanksgiving. Like, y'all niggas are eating greens.
Where did that come from?
That's not supposed to happen on Thanksgiving.
Right, yeah.
Mashed potatoes with turkey, nigga. I don't know what y'all. Mashed potatoes is a Thanksgiving meal, nigga. Mashed potatoes goes with the gravy, goes with the turkey on Thanksgiving.
Goes with the roll.
That's where I went to. Most of the Thanksgivings that I went to, it was motherfucking mashed potatoes. I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas doing.
I've always had mashed
I want to say, certain people in the community always want to police motherfuckers, man. And that's one thing that I cannot stand. They always want to tell you how it's supposed to be and what you're supposed to. Motherfuckers will have your ass in a box if you let them keep you there.
Yeah. Okay, so this is something interesting.
OG in Fortnite, and they started playing in Chapter 2. You're not OG, bro. Back in the day when we were playing Chapter 1, people were debating if they were even OG.
Okay. No. Fortnite is a dead game. If you're playing Fortnite, something's wrong with you. I know Academic still plays Fortnite. I don't know how you can mentally handle still playing a game that has degraded so much as Fortnite. You are a tougher nigga than me. OG is season 1 through season 3. That's it. You know, season 4, if you started playing, you're not OG. Season 5. But this is status. Alright, so this white American man, from the South, he did a DNA test, and this was actually crazy when I was witnessing. I'm like, what the fuck? But it actually made sense.
Most definitely.
Yes, he's 100% European.
Never have I seen that.
Yeah, I seen 90% from a Canadian dude. But what's crazy to me is that it really said like 60% English.
32. Say something. I'm
Like,
so glad I called myself.
I forget that like these niggas are English, like, cause they don't really talk about the English niggas. They always talk about the German niggas and the Italian niggas and the Dutch niggas and the Spanish niggas and the French niggas. But yeah, English niggas, like, I can't believe that most of the niggas, and I seen somebody say something, and I'm gonna start saying it to trigger the English niggas, was I seen somebody say, oh, there's more English people in America than England. And I think that might be true. I'm just saying, if we're gonna keep it a fact, I'm gonna have to ask ChatGPT. But yeah, I forgot that these niggas are like really English. Like, these niggas have English. I just think about German because, you know, I'm in Wisconsin, so all the niggas here are German. We don't got no fucking English people here. I don't even know why. But he's from down south. You know, down south is English. Like, that's why they speak like that, because that's the old English accent. So it's actually crazy.
That's where they started at.
Yeah, well, they started out east, but most of those niggas are definitely English as well. But I forgot that, you know, these niggas have English ancestry. I just think that everybody's German. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so Calvin Klein who is a actual person who is old
Oh my
and
gosh.
not young.
That looked like the Green Goblin guy.
Yeah, so Calvin Klein and his boyfriend, who was 36 years old, were going out to eat, and
Oh my gosh. Joe Biden?
okay, so as we can see, his boyfriend does not give a fuck about that nigga. He went in there, he did not turn back, look around. So what do you think about Kevin Klein, who looks to be going through the what is it called when you get old as fuck?
Dementia.
83. He seems to be going through old people isms, you know. And he's with a nigga who does not give a fuck. So is this a good thing, bad thing? If you're old, like, do you think he knows what he signed up for? He's like, I want a young nigga.
Yeah, he did. He knew what he's. Well, he gonna get an old motherfucker like him. Both of them forgetting where the fuck they parked the car. Like what? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll be fucking him too. Ain't nothing wrong with that young man messing with that old man, and I will be so faithful to him. And you know who I will be? Like Haseen wife.
Oh yeah.
Is that his name?
Akash.
Yeah, Akash. My fault, Haseen.
But
yeah, it will be just like that.
But why would you, like, if you's a young nigga, so you telling me you gonna be with an old person? Let's just say old person, right?
I would.
For the hopes that you will be financially benefit, like you will gain financials from them when they pass,
Yes,
or just to
I would.
live off them because it'll be easier because they're old.
Both. I would be his trophy wife. And when I would say I would be 100% faithful to this man, I would not cheat. I would not be entertaining other niggas. Nothing. I would be solely faithful to this man. Because what he got? 5 years? 6? 7? Even if he had 10, I would still be there faithful. And I wouldn't just bank that he would.
I'll be there for you.
I wouldn't bank on him leaving me in the will, because maybe his kids got to it, or maybe since he seemed like he's a little off, his lawyer won't allow it. So what I would be doing is I would be having him buy me all of these expensive things. I would be stacking my stuff. I would tell him I need an allowance because I get tired of asking you for stuff, so I need X amount, a week or whatever. And I would be stacking my bread. I would. And I would be letting that old man take his teeth out and slob on me and all type of shit. I would.
Yeah, so this is a nigga from Detroit. Would you ever move to Detroit?
No, for what?
The music, the culture, the history.
I'm going to move for music when I can listen. I could come there and hit the dispensary and then
You wouldn't
go
want to
back.
be in Detroit around the culture and all
For
the history
what?
and all the years
To
of
get pizza? It's nothing in Detroit that
What
I
about
would
downtown
be
Detroit? You
interested
seen
in.
downtown Detroit?
I don't give a fuck about. It's a lot of downtowns that's nice. I would definitely not pick fucking Detroit.
It's not a lot of downtowns that's nice. To have a city that's
Miami
nice.
is nice. Chicago is nice. New York is nice.
Yeah.
Our downtown is nice.
Yeah, and we have
Texas
hundreds.
is nice.
How much people live in this city? Like 1 million, or at least close to it.
It's still
These are places with
nice.
like hundreds of millions of people. You know what I'm saying? It's different between
It's
that.
still nice.
And
From what I've heard about Detroit and what I know about Detroit and the stereotypes or the bias that I have in my head, which I only know what I see on TV, and what I see on stuff, I would not purposely move to Detroit. I wouldn't. Shout out to Detroit.
me, I would move to Detroit, especially downtown Detroit. But this nigga from Detroit, he's actually speaking game. So let's listen to this nigga. Oh shit.
He's very
Gen
unattractive.
Z dudes are
man,
better
he's
than
not.
millennials. I said it. And the main reason for that is because they figured out the truth at a younger age. I'm
Gen Z dudes are better than millennials.
30, so I'm a millennial. And we were told so many lies growing up. We were told, be nice and be kind and treat women sweet. Just be yourself. How many times do you hear that bullshit? We were told, go to college, work hard, and get a good job. We were told it's the inside that counts. Women should like you for you. But all of those was lies. And millennials learned that shit the hard way. But Gen Z don't have that problem. They grew up with technology. They grew up being able to search the truth. And that led them to be able to act accordingly. Like when I was 19, I first started working out, and I was always the youngest person in the gym until like 23, 24. But now I see kids in high school in the gym getting after it. And I talk to those guys pretty often, and a lot of them are skipping college because they don't want to be in debt, and they're going to trade school, and they're starting to make good money. And they're not simps. They realize how ruthless women can be. So they're not going to simp over that shit. They know how to operate. Like, they're all about making money and making muscles.
I think he's basically saying red pill. He's basically saying that when I was young, there was no red pill. These niggas, they have the red pill and they have black pill and they have incels. So they basically learn that, you know, you don't, what the hard on thoughts movement, you know what I'm saying? You don't, I don't know, simp for women, you know what I'm saying? And basically saying that he was taught simpish behavior, which I think is something that, like, you know, hold the door open for women and shit like that. You know, they do teach very simpish behavior. I think back then. But how do you feel about that? So
I don't understand this whole simping thing. And I don't understand the whole I have to have a man that does this and has this and this and this. I don't understand because I can't relate. I have never had a problem with a man doing anything for me. And I have never had to say, if we get together, you have to do this and you have to do that. Oh, I'm not dating a man if he do. I've never had to have that conversation. I've never had to say those things. If you are a good person, you know what I'm saying, and guys like you, and if you don't have a problem doing things or guys think you, okay, so I always give this example. I was dating a guy when he and I started dating. We both were in a bad situation. We were both staying with somebody, you know, just trying to figure it out. And I remember he used to borrow somebody's car to come see me or whatever. And I paid his cell phone bill one day, $65, paid his cell phone bill. And that was all, you know. And when I say this man, like, took care of me ever since then, like when he got on and we got to where we was going, this man did everything, bought me a car. Like this man did everything. And that's just not a one and done. Like when guys try to shoot they shot, they say, hey, what you doing today? Oh, you looking good, you know, can I take you to go get your feet done? You know, I don't have a problem with guys spending money or doing things for me. So I don't understand this simping thing. And I don't understand this request from the women because, I mean, this shit usually come automatic. I don't know.
yeah, it's a lot of stuff that you misunderstand. but yeah. So basically, this nigga spitting facts. At least my understanding of it. Yeah, but you know, this basically we was taught the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Niggas like me, we was taught in school like, you know, it's all about. I don't know. It's like a style of learning where it's like you like super duper nice and soft on the kids and be nice and soft and sweet. You know what I'm saying? We was taught softism and sweetism, but we just broke out of the soft and the sweetism via the red pill. You know what I'm saying? But the red pill is just like the red pill is like, you know, don't buy these hoes nothing. Don't do this for the hoe. Yeah. Actually, no. I think the red pill actually is take care of the girl financially. I think it's this new type of red. It's a new thing. It's like it's a new thing, right? Where some niggas are like non-simpish. Being not a simp and then being a red pill is different. But a simp is when you lower yourself for women. That's the original definition. Now a simp is just, I don't know, like I don't know, like trying to appeal to women, I guess. I don't know. But you know, it's I don't know if this is necessarily the case for all men, because a lot of men do still act in the same way, but some men are, I would just say, more into not know how any way they perceive lowering themselves for women, because I feel like that's what simping is. If you lower yourself to have a woman try to, or when you lower yourself to have a woman see favor in you, lowering yourself for her, so she actually like appreciates you for doing that. And one day, if you lower yourself enough, then she'll eventually get with you. That's like how simping works or whatever. But you know, some dudes are into like, oh, you know, don't pay for women, don't do this on the dates and stuff. You know, I'm not really for that or against that, because you know, it's power in paying for things for women. Like you have power over her when you do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually something you should do. But you know,
it ain't always necessarily true. Depends on the woman.
Well, it shows power, I guess. You know,
Okay.
finance is power. You know, money is power.
You
know what I'm saying?
It's when we talk, it is one thing that I do stand on and I don't play about and I don't fuck around. I have to have front door service. I had to have front door service. Do not come pick me up across the goddamn street. I ain't even walking across the street. Don't pick me up 2 houses down. I'm not coming. Come the fuck in front of the door and pick me up. If we going to the grocery store and you going to get the car or whatever, I'm not walking. No, like I will walk to the car if we walking together. But if you were like, I'm supposed to go get the car and then you park, no, you have to. You come pick me up from work. You have to come pick me up at the goddamn door. Don't be parked in the parking lot. Don't be parked a little bit down by the mailbox thinking I'm not supposed to do that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. I'll go the fuck back in the house. And if you ain't willing to come and give me front door service, you can go and I'll take a motherfucker lift or call a ride or I'll pull one of my niggas off the shelf to come get me.
Yeah, so what do you think about this? Would you eat this?
Hell yeah, I motherfucker would. Yes, I would.
Yeah, I would too. I don't know what niggas in the comments are hating. So Trump said that because there was a shooting by some Afghanistan dude, and there was also fraud happening in Minneapolis. So America, we just bring in a bunch of niggas from different countries, right? And Somalia, it's like a whole bunch of niggas being brought in from Somalia because of like some revolution that happened in the 70s, and niggas like, oh, we owe these niggas this shit. Apparently, like, niggas get paid for every Somali they bring in, like, some organization. I think it's like $1,000. I seen a video. That nigga might have been lying, but I'm just gonna go with that nigga was saying because he seemed like he was telling the truth. But, so, one, there was some fraud thing happening in Minneapolis where they were taking the money, like, and they were like, I don't know, they were doing something with it, and the FBI found out about it, and Trump is really targeting Somalis. To an Afghanistan person who was brought in on asylum from Afghanistan during the something happened when we pulled out of Afghanistan, and he was vetted by the Trump administration and the CIA. He ended up shooting some National Guard member in DC. He killed both of them. It was two. It was a man and a woman. So, this actually happened. So Donald Trump and the U.S. immigration to re-examine green card holders for countries of concern after a National Guard shooting. So they're saying they're going to re-examine every single green card holder to see if they're fit to stay in the country. And I think they're going to like start deporting Somalians. I mean, if you're Somalian, I don't know what you're about to do, bro.
They have already. I've been seeing videos of them crying and stuff, and I'm like, how the fuck you crying? Because you got to go back to your own country. But I can't relate because
nobody want to go back to
I'm
Somalia.
American, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm from the greatest country on the planet. No shade, just facts. But at first I'm like, you going back, huh? How you cry? That's where you from. But then I had to think of what it's like there. So it's kind of, it was sad.
Oh yeah, but third world countries. By the way, third world means Soviet allied. America can't be a third world country because we're not fucking Russian. Russia is the third world country. That's what that word means. But most people are stupid anyways. But Trump says he's going to suspend immigration from third world countries, which in the modern day term, third world means poor country. It doesn't mean because the Soviet Union is dead. So what do you think about him saying he's going to suspend third world countries, quote unquote, from or look into that or whatever?
I don't see a problem with that. He didn't say he was going to exclude them forever coming. He said he was going to suspend. That means put a pause. We got to straighten up the shit that we got going on here now.
Yeah, so they had these 2 chicken nuggets, and it was actually a 6-7. What do you think about that?
Hilarious. What they should have did, since this was recorded, my mind is always, since this was recorded at the time when they discovered that, they should have put that shit on eBay. They should have put that shit on eBay like that guy did that chip. Somebody did like a Cheeto and it was shaped like a Pokemon or whatever. And you remember that guy who we watched, the one who do the videos, used to send them to me all the time. The girl dancing, Lamar or some shit like that. You remember he had found something? I don't know if it was a Cheez-It and he fucked around and put it on eBay for real. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I'd have put that shit on eBay. I would have sold them nuggets.
Yeah, so Playboy Cardi, he has a new Fortnite skin. So what do you think about Fortnite absolutely being a sellout game? It was really trash. And then Playboy Cardi, who has been arrested for beating his second baby mama and alleged by his first baby mama to beat her, and also alleged to be beating on his current girlfriend now. These are 3 hoes who have all put the same allegation. and him being in Fortnite, which is presumed to be a children's game. All right, so what do you think about that? Well, I don't know if it's a children's game because you do murder niggas.
I mean, people, I think in 2025 have cancellation.
Yeah, they did. And plus, you can't cancel Cardi. That's not how it works.
I wouldn't have knew that was Cardi. I would have thought that was Travis Scott.
Yeah, so Pope Leo, who is learning languages on Duolingo, they found that nigga's account. But he's visiting someplace. He's doing something. He's been traveling around, and they said that they chose that nigga specifically because he was American. So what do you think about that?
That's what's up. You know, we infiltrating everywhere.
Yeah, apparently him being American is gonna like bring in new people into Catholicism or something like that. And that's how they think about it. So
good luck with that.
All right, so in Wisconsin, you know, this girl, I don't know why, but like there was this Slenderman thing that was like really big, and like she like murdered some girl on some like weird shit, and then she escaped to Illinois, and they found that bitch. So what do you think about that?
We always got some fucked up shit here. We barely have. We known for killers and serial killers and all type of weird ass motherfucking shit. Man, this shit is wild. I forgot that bitch was from here.
So this nigga
How did
right
she
here,
escape? I didn't even tap into that. But
it was some mental health place. That shit.
Oh, so she wasn't in a real. Okay.
No, she was some sicko place.
So what? She probably only got 5 more years or some shit, right?
They need to keep that bitch there forever.
They do.
But
that bitch was planning some shit.
So this nigga right here, he has 3 hoes, and he has them all married to each other.
I'm not legally married to any of my wives. They are legally married to each other, and that's done intentionally. I wanted to make sure that the bond between the two of them was as concrete as it could be.
I've seen enough.
Think about him having 3 white hoes and having them all on lock. By the way, this is me. You see this nigga? This is gonna be me. And I is it gonna only be white hoes? Like you can't do this with any other race, right?
Oh no,
you can do this with any other race.
Yeah, you can.
So this bitch gonna be me in the future. I'm gonna have a harem of bitches. This is like post, you know, the first marriage, first child, you know, hundreds of millions. So what do you think about him having 3 hoes?
I don't see nothing wrong with that. If they with it, who the fuck is we? You know, I don't know if this. It was a topic that I saw, but it made me think about this. So I don't know if it's on the topic or not, but I'm talking about it. It just happens. I mean, people be in people relationship all the time, you know, and it's more common than you think. I know a lady who had a weekday boyfriend, but she was selfish. She had a weekday boyfriend and she had a weekend boyfriend, and they knew about each other. So on Fridays, one would leave and the other one would come, and he would be there that weekend, and then when Monday come, they'll switch back out again. Like, people, the thing about it is talking, communicating, and being open. Now, when you sneaking and doing some shit, that's when motherfuckers got a problem. Oh, you cheated on me. Oh, you went and fuck this bitch without me. We were supposed to be having threesomes together. That's what. But if you open and you're like, this is what it is, either accept it or you don't, then motherfuckers gonna respect it or they not. And if you keep on going, you gonna find a motherfucker who with the shits.
So Nicki Minaj posted this nasty ass food, and she said this is what she's eating.
Did she cook that shit herself?
Oh yeah, she cooked this.
She had to. Never. I have made stuff that tastes so good. I made stuff that tastes so good, and I took a picture like before I ate it or whatever, and the picture was not pleasing and did no justification to the food that I made. Now,
I'll still eat this though, but yeah.
Now, like I said, even though like I can cook what I can cook, and even though I know it tastes good, it didn't look good, I wouldn't post it. That I would not. First of all, I don't eat that. I mean, that look like shrimp. I do eat shrimp. The shrimp look a little soggy, but I would still eat it. But what is that? A meatloaf slice of motherfucking macaroni? That ain't scooped macaroni. That shit sliced like bread. I'm assuming that's supposed to be macaroni. And what the fuck is that? Are those greens? Okay, hold on. I had to remember who I was talking about. This is Nikki. So, I'm not going to take my comments back, but I'm not going to say nothing else about it.
Oh, yeah. So, what do you think about this?
Please don't make me think of it like you can't think of deep. You talk to me dirty, I'm talking back like a reflex. I know you love to play games, but it ain't no recess. Around my turn, they know my name. I put it on easy.
Bro, do you see this nigga? You see the sorcery?
I see him.
The sorcery that this nigga's using? Like, this nigga's cold with it. So what do you think about that?
So, like, I identify as black, right? And I ain't gonna lie, and I'm wrong for saying this, but I hate to see people who know how to dance. I hate to see people who have more rhythm than me, because I don't have no rhythm. None. I ain't got no rhythm. I can't stay on beat. So when I see stuff like this, I be hating. But at the same time, I still appreciate it. Like, I appreciate it and I respect it. I love dancing. I love to dance. I love dancing. I love to watch dancing. It's such a beautiful art. It's such a beautiful art in all type of ways. There's so many different type of dances, and I love all of them. Yeah, that's it was nice.
Yeah, so this nigga, he did this, and this is a real NFL player, by the way. So what do you think about this person who I assume makes millions of dollars?
You
Oh no,
fucking
he makes 400.
idiot.
Okay, he makes $500,000 a year to do this. So what do you think about him being bad at his job that he gets paid to do?
I wonder which game was this? Like, which week was it in? You know, was it established or was it the first couple of weeks? I wonder how many years he's been playing. I wonder those things. But that's so fucked up because I know he fucked up some shit like that. Like, the force that he was coming in with and how that caught on the fucking ground like that, I know you fucked some shit up. Look at this shit right here. Look at the force he and he probably broke a toe or something. But what I hate about this most of all is this is some dumbass shit I do.
Yeah, Charlie Brown type stuff. Yeah, this nigga's crazy. I don't know how he...
My nigga was coming for the thunder. I wonder how many yards away it was. I have so many questions. All of that matters.
All right, so this is Lush One / Michael Jordan's son / Bruce Lee's son / pretty much anybody who's rich and famous, and when they have a chill, except for my child.
EMA, Adderall, Bromo Dragonfly, heroin, coke, crack, codeine, oxys, perks, Vikes, PCP, LSD. I got ketamine, meth, MDMA.
I don't know what movie this from, but I would have to watch it, man. That shit is hilarious. Oh yeah, what do you think about that?
That's true. It's sad.
No, it's not sad. It's not sad.
It is sad.
No, it's not.
Why is it not sad?
They don't deserve sympathy. They had every opportunity. You're supposed to laugh at people like that. You're not supposed to feel bad for them.
Well, damn.
But Trump is cutting Snap, like, from places who are not giving him reports on who is getting the Snap, because he's like, oh, these illegals are getting the Snap.
Well, you gotta report that shit.
I don't know if illegals can get Snap. I don't know if that's how that works, but you know what I'm saying? He's like, he's not going for that shit. So what do you think about that? Me personally, I don't agree with this.
I don't think illegals are getting it. Like, how?
Yeah, I don't know how
you know? But there are people that are abusing the system. I know a lot of people who own houses and shit like that and still get food stamps. People who've been married for years act like they, divorced. It's people who have homes act like they homeless, so it's all type of stuff. But if you're supposed to do reports and you're not doing the reports that you need, that's just like a job. Yeah, cut them. cut him.
Yeah.
We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends, these aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. When they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country.
If I said it once,
All right, well, so basically that's what he's saying about Ilhan Omar and Somali niggas in Minnesota. So what do you think about it?
Nah, I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just gonna sip my tea.
This nigga right here, he got banned like 1,000 times off of TikTok, and he just keeps coming back. Like, he's not gonna let those niggas stop him at all. Like, he's been doing this shit for years. Like, he's been dedicated to it.
Glasses. I can relate.
Yeah. He cried on live stream, and he was like, yeah, I cried on the live stream. I'm a real man. I'm like, oh shit.
Thanks.
This nigga's on a whole different level.
Why was he crying?
He got mentally walked down by this cult leader. It was very entertaining.
He cried in that moment or after reflecting on it later?
He got walked down and he started crying because he couldn't handle his emotions because he was stuttering. He has a stutter issue. But basically,
he should have just hung up.
Yeah, that's what I would have did. But so
what did the person do when he started crying?
He started laughing. What the fuck? I think he did.
And then how did he get out of the situation?
He stayed. He didn't go.
And then he stopped crying?
No, Flacco came in and he mitigated the situation.
And then, but he eventually stopped crying?
Of course, yeah.
And did he come back and gather himself and join the conversation and the debate?
No, he was in the car. But that's besides the point. So, these women are walking dog. You know what I'm saying? And I got a question. So, how do you feel about this as a woman? And do you feel like women, if you're a woman, do you think like you should think before you walk a dog? Like, can I control this dog? And if you can't control it, do you think that like, do you think that it should be some sort of like thing put on dog people? Like, because I can't stand people with dogs who can't control their dogs. Like, nothing makes me more angry.
I think that women
watch
do.
This shit. No, you can keep going with your commentary.
I think that women do think that they think before they walk the dogs. And I don't think that women actually realize that they can't handle the dog. They really think that they can. Now, she might have, look at this bitch right here. Punch the motherfucker. This shit is really doing something to me.
No, but this is her dog.
Yeah, I know. And the dumbass bitch.
She must be off them white housewife drugs.
The thing about it is she probably walked this dog all the time in peace. Now the
She
dog
gotta have her own
sees
dog.
something that triggers, and this is something too. Now that the dog sees something that triggers her, it has this extra strength. It's hyper. It's doing all of this, and it got away from her stronger than she thought.
Yes, unbelievable. Oh, I need some more earwax shit. My shit is like gone. My ears are like stuffed. So Lil Baby, by the way, I would never ever have listened to Lil Baby ever in life if he didn't feature Playboi Carti. But basically, Carti hopped on Lil Baby's song and watched him on his own song, of course. What do you think about that?
Little Baby did?
Yeah, Lil Baby.
That's surprising. I mean, I can't say that I really even remember anything that he sound like.
So, hey, what do you think about this right here? This is so funny and based and amazing.
God damn it! God damn it!
You heard she said?
No, what?
Damn it.
I was trying to find the video.
do you think about that?
What the fuck would make her say that? I have heard that term before, but like, you can't say that.
Oh shit.
You can't say that.
All right. That's the end of the podcast. Legendary Duo Podcast, episode 20. Like, comment, subscribe.